Yeah, they're not AMAs. They're AMAAs. It is ask me absolutely anything.
AMA.
Yeah.
And this is a fat fucking segment in there. You know what I mean?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Section 10 podcast. Here are your hosts, Jared Carabas, Coley Mick, Steve Peralt, and Tyler Milliken.
Episode 636, presented by Kalshi. It is the home of your 50 and 48 third place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the motherfucking building. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jose. Woo! And you know what, Jose? You know what, Jose? I'm starting to feel it. Starting to feel a little something, Jose. I think it's...
Release the guppies.
The Red Sox have won 13 straight games. They've won 18 out of 20 games. They're back in the division race. They're back in the wild card. One more time. The Ketchup guppies are coming. 18 out of 20, Jose. 18 to 13 straight. This is the longest winning streak since 1948. 1948, motherfucker. Hey, Steve, how old was Carl Yastrzemski the last time the Red Sox were this good? 8. You know what? I saw Steve's tweet. I was like, oh, this is like the longest this is the best run the Red Sox have been on since, and I thought it was going to be like since Carl Yastrzemski was on the team. No. It's since Carl Yastrzemski was 8. He's 500 years old. He's 500. The Red Sox have won 13 straight games. They have a winning record.
One more time.
We're not talking about the wild card anymore. We're talking about the division. Cam Schlittler telling us we can't look at the standings. We're looking at them, asshole. The Red Sox are right up your ass. Here they come. You lost today. The Sox won again. 13 straight. Longest winning streak since I was the fucking prom king my junior year of high school. One more time. 2006. 2006 was the last time the Red Sox had a winning streak this long. Tyler, how old were you in 2006?
8.
Carl Yastrzemski was 8 too.
The magic number.
September 8th.
The last time
Clinch
the Red
night.
Sox were this
Clinch night.
good. Section 10 night, Fenway Park. September 8th. The last time the Red Sox were this good. It was September. It was always September 8th.
That's right.
Everything's 8. 13 straight wins. Winning record. 18 out of 20. We're back. We're back. June 28th, baby. We're back. We did it. We suffered long enough. We waited for them to be good. And here we are.
Fuck. I'm tired.
Vibes are high across the board. You won't find a down vibe anywhere around this podcast.
No.
Not today, not
No
ever.
chance.
No.
8 times 2, T.
No.
Times 8.
What?
I thought he said times 2.
Yeah, 8 times 2.
Oh, 16.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
I was trying to multiply even harder.
Yeah, you were.
Sectiontenmerch.com,
I see what you did there. That took me a
Podcast.
second, Coley.
The Patreon is bumping right now. The live chat, the game chats, all the fellas are in there.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone who literally has been there for every single game. The live chats have been outstanding, and they're about to heat up because the Sox are back. New merch drop just came out. We get the Baseball Tavern tribute shirt. We have, by the way, the Venezuela Relief Fund T-shirt is out there for your for your buying pleasure. All the proceeds go to the relief efforts in Venezuela. What else was in that drop, Steven?
What did you say? The teal Section 10 shirt, the Sea Dogs.
The teal Sea Dogs inspired T-shirt is in there. What was the other one? Oh, Tony Seagulls. Yeah,
Tony Seagulls, of course.
Dude, yeah. I want to give proper credit. Here because they're Alex Swift and Socks on Twitter met Anthony Siegler before today's game, and she said Tony Seagulls said he loves Tony Seagulls, by the way. That's huge news. Big news. Big time. So the Tony Seagulls shirt, the Baseball Tavern shirt, and the Sea Dogs teal shirt are all in the store. The Venezuela Relief Fund shirt still on the store. Section10merch.com. Thank you very much for your support. 13 straight wins for the Boston Red Sox. I feel alive again. I feel like my life has purpose again. It was a awful start to the season where, again, we are not sports radio. We are not journalists. We are fans of the Red Sox who have a podcast that people enjoy. And we love and appreciate everyone who supports and listens and watches, whether they're good, whether they're bad, whether they're 500. First of all, I'm sure that there are some of you that stopped watching the Red Sox and are now tuning back in. Welcome. Welcome back. We don't judge you. There's no rules for fandom here. I don't draw the line and say, oh, stay on that side. No, welcome back in. Because I get it. People have lives. People have other interests and hobbies and families. And if the Red Sox are not performing well and you decided to tune out and put your energy somewhere else, but now that they're winning and they're exciting again and they're performing well, welcome back in. We don't judge here. So here's the thing. If I can be real with you for a second, the first year of us going independent, our livelihoods depend on the Red Sox doing good. Being able to afford to live and exist depends on the Red Sox performing well, which is, sometimes it's super rewarding. Other times it's incredibly frustrating because I've always equated it to like we are a band, but our music only sounds good when 9 other guys can hit a ball with a stick. So it's very much it's frustrating and aggravating as a Red Sox fan when they suck, which they did suck for a very long time, about 3 months. And it is invigorating that they are playing excellent baseball now. All of us are diehard Red Sox fans. If we didn't do this for a living, we would still be mad when they lost and be excited when they won. But those emotions are now magnified when our lives quite literally depend on it. So to see them go out there and answer every bell, check every box, and I'll describe those boxes to you. Maybe the guys have some other boxes that have been checked in their eyes. But to me, we knew that they could win on the road. Okay, so they won some series on the road. That was great. But to do this at home, huge box checked. To just keep passing the baton with this rotation without Garrett Crochet, you had Ranger Suarez go down, you had Connolly early go down, and even the bullpen games, you still didn't skip a beat. Patrick Sandoval has pitched twice during this winning streak, and he was fine. He wasn't that good. He was getting hit hard at times, but they didn't lose that game. To have guys during this streak actually hit home runs, that was something that we just didn't see. They didn't, never mind scoring runs. They didn't hit home runs. They didn't come back when they were down by 2 runs. If they were down by 3, whatever, if they were down late, they didn't come back and win games. Everything that we picked apart and were critical of over the first 3 months when they were ass, they've now said, we can win at home. We can hit home runs. If we go down 2, watch this comeback. Late innings, fine, no problem. Our starters are hurt, next guy up. They've answered every challenge. And especially, with, say what you will, IKF, Meyer, like you've had infielders go down, and I'm still going to toot the horn. I've been blowing this guy his horn since he showed up. Anthony Siegler, like he's been awesome. Caleb Durbin, a guy that that's the one that I'm gonna stand on that one. I never turned my back on Caleb Durbin. I was a wait and see guy with Caleb Durbin, and watching him, like we're obviously going to talk about this game by game. But yesterday's game with the second of two consecutive 2-homer games for Wilyer Abreu, obviously Wilyer Abreu got a ton of love for that performance. But if you just sit down and actually watch the game, Caleb Durbin played the fuck out of some third base. He still drives and runs for a guy that's not like a big, power slug guy. Driving runs out of the ass is Caleb Durbin while playing an excellent defensive third base. It is fantastic to watch Willson Contreras, who has played this game. Honestly, we want to talk. We're obviously going to talk about the series against the Rays, but just like the streak as a whole and the run as a whole, because we're talking a 4-game sweep of the Rays, but it's 13 consecutive wins, but it's really 18 out of 20. There's different ways that you can look at it. This kind of all started when Willson Contreras, I don't want to say fabricated beef with the Yankees, but like it's no different than in hockey when you skate up to a guy and you're like, you want to do it? You want to throw down the glove? Like that's what he did. Could you say that he was mad at nothing? Sure. But the intent was, I need to fire this group up.
It's also the 5th time he ran that play. That's where it's like, I can't point to that.
And he admitted, like, in the following days, like, probably shouldn't have done that. Like, I was overdoing it a little bit. He walked that one back.
I think
but it's a spark.
Out of all the times that Willson Contreras got into it with someone for some reason, he had an actual reason. That one against the Yankees was the most like, what do you... Okay, yeah, sure, I guess we're fighting.
Will Warren was so confused on the mound looking over.
I don't blame him.
He didn't even make eye contact with you.
But even like talking 18 to 20, 2 of the losses came after like a real thing that involved him. That's where it's like, where can I can't point to the spark when he was involved with something since then, much more real, and they immediately lost 2 games to just a bad team. Team that got instantly worse after playing them.
It's taken everyone. Like Ceddanne Rafaela, big RBI double in this series. The defense is always fantastic. Like, you go down the list of every dude, fucking Jahmai Jones. Where the fuck did this guy come from?
The new Rep Snyder. Respect him right now.
Game tying 2-run bomb in this series. It's taken everyone to be able to do what the Red Sox are doing right now. And I want to just point this out. It's not a negative. It's a fact. During this run of 18 out of 20, the Red Sox as a team, Steve, you'll love this. Yeah. It's batting average. The Red Sox are hitting 245 as a team. Do you know what the league average is over that span?
220?
245.
Really? Okay.
Dead in the middle.
So they are.
They're like 100 OPS plus batting average.
It's a set. Yes, it's
that makes a lot of sense.
The league average OBP 317. They've been 327 over this run. So everyone's like, "Well, man, like, see what happens when they finally hit." It's like, well, they've been league average, and they're doing this.
I do think July is a little different, though, when you start to dive in. Like, in July, they're 5th in runs, 5th in OPS, tied for 7th in homers, 9th in slug, 4th in OBP, 14th in batting average.
This is just the 18 out of 20. This is their last 20 games that they've won 18 games. This is what the numbers are.
And I think this Rays series, that's one of the most exciting things where, like, you came back from down 3 runs for the first time all year. You had been 0-34 up until that point. We talked about just coming back from 2 runs. That was a stat we cited the first 2 months of the year nonstop. To see them go out and win games like that, and now you're mixing in the long ball with some of the small ball, put the ball in play and see what happens.
They outraised the Rays.
Yes, you had devil magic, but guess what? Yeah. The ability to have devil magic with some homers mixed in is something that we asked for all year because they should be able to put the ball in play regularly. They're just finally doing it.
It's the timing today of when they're getting these hits. It's still like roughly the same amount of hits, but they're actually doing it. They had no problem earlier in the year getting guys on base. It was just when they got the guys on base, it'd be 2 outs. And it was like Meyer most of the time would get up there. strike out or like weekly ground out. Like they've just been getting hits with guys on base or even just making contact, like T's saying.
Even just today, that inning where they put up 3 runs, it was like you had the catcher dropped the ball, you scored a run. You had a runner coming home who got hit in the back, and you scored a run. Yesterday, you had 2 bunt singles for hits that scored runs. Like they're doing everything they possibly can. They're stealing bases. They're bunting. They're playing great defense. They're getting excellent starting pitching. It's everyone. It's everyone is doing exactly what they need to be doing. And I don't even want to say like what we expect of them, because now it went from they were so below expectations. Now you've got guys that are exceeding my expectations. Some, like for Siegler, I didn't have any expectations. I was just like, yeah, let's see what he can do. And he's been fucking incredible. Coley.
I think even like you're talking about their catcher dropping that pitch. That whole at bat is just something that wasn't happening a month ago, let alone 2-3 months ago. Because if you go even earlier in that at bat, it was a 1-1 count. They called a high strike 2, and Durbin immediately turns and challenges it. We were so bad at that because we hadn't even fucking practiced it. That made it 2-1 because Durbin swings at that pitch that that would have been strike 3. So yeah, it would have been a run. But then that next ground ball that doesn't leave the fucking infield, all of a sudden that's an out at first, easy. Like Camaro's not trying to come home. So that changes everything about how this team's played. Like they were leaving so many runs on the bases earlier in the year that they're now taking advantage of in ways that we were yelling at them. Like every other team is capable of this. They're still not like the best in the world. Although Wong's been really good challenging pitches, right, T?
He's been solid. Narvaez feels like he's going through it, but I looked at the Rays. Like, look at the Rays. They were out of challenges by the 4th inning? I was like, that was the Red Sox. I was like, that was our existence the first couple months of the year, and credit to them. Since they started practicing it, they have improved.
One of the top takeaways I had from this series was that screen grab of Caleb Durbin's face after the Willie Abreu home run, because to me, that summed up not only just all of us watching, but everyone in that dugout of like, we're really doing this thing, man. Like, we actually have the thing going. Now, saying like the thing is kind of vague, but everyone that watches ball knows when your team just has that thing where it doesn't really matter what happens in the game, you just kind of know you're going to win. It is such a beautiful thing to watch. And they have that going right now. 5-0 during the Willson suspension. What?
Yeah.
Like, that honestly blew my mind. I would have been pumped with 3-2. And I know, Jerry, you allude to Willson being all fired up and having an impact on him. I just think Wilson's presence is what has such an impact. And I'm sure he was still in communication with a lot of these guys during the suspension. And even during his suspension, he's representing the Red Sox. Like that's how
funniest suspension ever.
That is the coolest suspension of all time. Like, that couldn't have happened at a better time. He gives me like the greatest answer I could have ever asked for to my typical layup questions that I asked during media day at All-Star, and expands on it and is like, puts his feet down. I want to stay here. Comes back. I wanted to make sure I got him in the dugout there, or not the dugout, the on deck circle. Before he comes up to get whatever the ovation was. Couldn't even get that because Willier hit a ball to the moon. So it's like, that's how much they're buzzing right now, is that everyone's gonna do it and expects to do it. And when we were on this show earlier in the year talking about how shitty this team was, I don't think anyone really showed up to the park, maybe outside of Willson, expecting to do it or to have the swing or to be like the motor that would drive this team. Now, anyone that comes up, I'm like, yeah, he could. Like, Jemai comes up and I'm like, sure. Like, why not? Like, why couldn't he have a swing right now? Because everybody can. Jerry?
This is kind of like a side note now, but for challenges over the last 20 games that they've won 18, where do you think they rank for the batters challenging?
7th.
Third.
Wow. That feels even better. Like, I have felt better about it overall, but I still like, I can picture Willson Contreras challenging a ball that's like clearly a strike.
That's
he knows
fully
it's
in
a strike. And he's like walking away before. But
Catcher
that's how bad it was the
challenges,
first couple of months.
21st in the league.
Catcher
Safe
challenges
possibility.
21st. Batter challenges 3rd.
Okay,
That feels very Narvaez.
sure. But
Yeah.
came out swinging it to start the second half. I'll take that. And like him and Duran game 1, which obviously turned into a blowout. It was just like, all right, if these guys are going to start hitting too, like that's a real team right there. But even to some
Massa?
Steve, yeah. Oh, Massa, you can sort of watch him. Like today in today's game, the inside the park home run. 2 months ago, I'm contemplating changing the channel. Yeah, I'm like, well, they're not recovering from that. No. And today,
down one, no thanks, not happening.
Down one that early, so much game left. Today, I was excited to see how they were going to tie it. Like I had way more confidence that they were just gonna. It's
every game this series.
Oh,
like,
sure.
When Tampa would go up 2, it's like, oh, this is gonna be an exciting 2-run home run. Who's gonna hit it?
But that would have broken like those little. They couldn't have one single mistake earlier in the year.
No.
Now, I don't know. It reminds me very much of like Ben Stiller in Dodgeball. Like nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Like this team's like, oh, you cut me? Good job, idiot.
Well, especially in a sunny start, there's always a solo bomb. Now this one's in the park, but like in the second or third inning, it's always a solo homer. He looks unfazed and then just kind of sits everybody down. There's normally some traffic, but he's one of the best guys with traffic that I've seen in some time. And since the IL, I think MLB put the stats out there. He's got like a 1.6 or something like that. Like he's just been absolutely outstanding. I was so wrong about Sonny Gray, by the way. Like when they and this is the thing too, where it's like Breslow didn't think he was a 2 either, because they then get Ranger Suarez. So it's like we all kind of didn't think he was a 2. So, but no, immediately when I got him, it's like calm down, guys. He's not the 2 you're talking about. He's been better than most 1s in the league this year. So the position he's putting him in is great. And that's held up all season. That's the consistent thing. I remember mentioning this in the offseason, and a lot of us did. It's not just me, but being excited looking at the probable pitchers site where you got your series coming up here. And when Jerry gets to the series preview, I'm like, can't wait to hear these matchups because I bet we're looking a lot better than the other team. And that's consistently happening over and over and over again. And to y'all's points earlier, they're just finally getting the hits. Like, I really, really believe that there's no way that first 3 months could have gone worse. It felt like we were watching worst case scenario every night, week, and month, including Crochet being out, Roman being out, Marcelo being healthy but just doing nothing. Like, all of these things weren't going in the Red Sox favor, and now you're finally seeing it swing the other way. So I think a lot of people don't know how to feel, and that's the right way to feel. The right way to feel is like uncomfy is not correct, but just like unaware of the correct way to go through this win streak, because it's like none of us expected this to happen, but you got to ride the wave while it's happening. This team has the longest winning streak since 1948. What? Like
the team that couldn't win more than 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
Like that Yankees series was so like, oh my God, they won more than 3 in a row. Are you fucking me? Like that's wild that we're here at this point.
We were all saying
to have not lost a game since
Classic
July
Rays.
1st, and I know the All-Star breaks in there. I saw the tweets. Like that is, it breaks my brain.
By the way, I see a lot of NL choosers on this fucking program. What happened there?
Huh?
Oh, taking the National League. Oh yeah, 0-1 for that one. Yep.
Everyone, only one person stood tall and represented the American League on this.
Well, you're tall.
That's true. Yeah, you got to stand tall. You don't really have a choice. You're already up
I
there.
can hunch. I'm very fat. Gravity's working against me.
Not going to give
you got a
credit
good
for
spine.
staying tall.
Not today. Today I fucked it up. I'm playing hurt. But either way, the American League, we're here to. We've talked about the AL's dog shit.
Yeah,
but that was before the Red Sox started cooking. Now they're
home
cooking.
field advantage
AL
in the
doesn't
World
look so
Series.
bad.
And
I do love right now too, like the Sandoval, and unfortunately for Rivera, he finally had a bad outing, even though they're continuing to use him in a role he really wasn't preparing for. But
Shocking.
the bullpen now having the best ERA in all of baseball as well, like for that to be an element of your team where no, this isn't just a good group. This is an elite of the elite group with the emergence of Tyron Guerrero, Giovanni Moran, who continues to be excellent from the left side. And now Brian Bayo is like weirdly sitting there, like kind of lurking all the time. To have that kind of bullpen and this kind of rotation, man, it should not take that much for you to be a real threat in any playoff convo. And that leads us back to where we were at the beginning of the season. I think when we made a lot of these predictions, it's just, I don't think anyone would have seen the team even being in this place if I told you Roman Anthony was not here, Garrett Crochet was not here, Trevor Story was a pumpkin before he got hurt.
Rangers back. He's on the IL. Like,
yeah,
His
just
IL
some of these things that have popped up.
Count to me. He's the only guy who can get hurt, and I'm like, we'll see him in a week. Everyone else that get hurt with anything, I'm like, we may never see him again.
Yeah, it is true. But even in the rest of the American League, though, and I was making sure to check this out after the win in the finale, Sox would be a half game out in the AL West for the lead in that division. They'd be 2 games out in the Central for that one. I mean, the National League, don't even look at that because that's not going to be great. But still, it's the ability to hang in any game now, the belief that they're going to come back, the belief also that they're also just going to get the swings early too, like that they can score at any point of the game. It felt like if they weren't scoring early, it just wasn't really going to happen. Their starter was eventually going to give a couple up, and then everyone in the dugout was going to look at each other like, okay, I guess we're just not doing it now. For this team to have, if I'm not mistaken, 5 out of 6 series are sweeps now? Is that where we're at? Because it's 4 straight, and you had the Nats series in between there. Like, that really is absurd. Like, there's no...
Dude.
I can't think of a comp.
3 top teams in the AL over that stretch. You can say what you want about the Angels.
Well, it's one of the
and
boxes
the
to
Mets,
check.
but
They're not just beating up on the AL Central anymore
No.
either. It's everybody.
Exactly. And
Not to get like greedy here, but they should have swept that Rockies series.
It's
this.
the most sweep of a lost series I've ever seen.
It would be
They haven't
my
figured
entire
it
what
out yet.
fucking
it took that, though. It took that.
21 out of what? 23? Like that's like the fucking that was like the Rockies run to get to the fucking playoffs in 07.
It was Matthew Gross, I believe, from Over the Monster, who does some absolutely awesome writing over there, who has like the Rockies with Jim Tracy, Chad's dad, and like the playoff odds graphics, and one of the craziest runs they ever went on after the firing and all that stuff that played out. To see that happening with the Red Sox and his son at the same time, or at least like at a similar rate, all these years apart, is like one of the cooler, weird baseball things I've ever seen in my life.
I think
it's a great time.
Something consistently over the course of the season we've been trying to do is figure out who's good in the American League. And I don't think there's an answer still. Like when Jerry, you had mentioned a couple shows ago, you're like, there's 2 good teams in the American League. I'm like, you sure about that? Because they just swept both of them. So I'm just not
in 4
really
games.
convinced that there's anybody.
Both of them
that
were
you should be
4-game
worried about.
sweeps.
Yeah, technically, I would like
No,
MLB.
definitely.
I would like MLB to update their tweet to Benny's Banana Split. They haven't done that. MLB is a great account. It's one of the best accounts out there. But for them to still be counting that as a Rays series win, I think it's atrocious, and I would like for us to fix that. But you basically get a split and a series sweep in the same weekend. Crazy.
Yeah, the 2 best teams in the American League, you went 8-0 against on this run, which is incredible. Which is also, it's a great time to probably check the Kalshi odds.
Mm-hmm.
What's that market look like? Actually, I want to look at the fucking division at this point. I want to look at the division. I want to look
Caleb
at playoff
Durbin
odds.
agrees with you, Jared.
I saw in the Nesson post game he was wearing the Fenway Punk t-shirt. Shout out to Chris Wren, buy the book. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning that there's no house, and as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. And for a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use the promo code Section10. That's SECTION10 to get $10 when you trade 10. That's Kalshi, KALSHI. Trade on anything. I would love to trade on some Boston Red Sox right now. What are the Kalshi users forecasting that the Red Sox are going to make the playoffs? And then talk to me about the division, Steve.
We got 56% chance from the Kalshi users for the Boston Red Sox
to win the World Series.
That's 100. I think to win 3 World Series in a row, to make the playoffs this year.
Not high
I'll have
enough.
to check on division.
That's not high enough for me.
I thought it was going to be higher, especially because they've leaned more ahead of Fangraphs.
They've leaned Sox.
Yeah.
Fangraphs is 54 today.
Oh, that's still low.
Kalshi should be way ahead of Fangraphs.
Are these guys watching the games? Have they seen what's going on here?
No, they're not. They're not checking out the local 9. Can we get some manager of the year?
That's a great call.
Can we get some peeps on that?
That's probably a question for Jay Hay. When's the last time, if ever, an interim manager won manager of the year?
They usually don't get named in manager in April, so they usually don't have as much of as long of a runway. It could be 2 this year.
I was about to say the Don Mattingly angle is a interesting one to that as well.
Yeah,
could be 2, Jerry.
Sorry,
could
Andy.
Be 2. Dose, Steven.
We got 12% for the Red Sox to win the American League East. That is up 8% from whenever they updated it recently. So 3x there. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's certainly not out of the question. If those 2 teams are your competition to accomplish said feat, then I don't know.
It's the first thing I thought of today. First thing I thought of. The second they swept, I was like, well, if you do the math, that's the team they have to catch. So you're climbing another game there, 6 games back of the Rays. It's just nice for all of us, everyone listening, everyone on this program, that we get to scoreboard watch and not be like weirdos about it. Like, because I do that all the time, whether the Red Sox suck, if they're good. I'm looking at the scoreboard, looking at the wild card standings constantly. And And it's unfortunate, by the way, that for this long of a stretch, it's the wild card standings. It would be nice at some point, because I mention it all the time, but it's been since the 2021 trade deadline that the Red Sox have held first place by themselves in the American League East. So if they can find a way here to keep this rolling through the trade deadline, maybe add a bat, who knows? Anything is possible. Jared?
I feel like you may know the answer. I feel like you look at this stuff, Steve, but for the group, want to take a guess at what the winning percentage is collectively for the teams remaining that the Red Sox have to play the rest of the way?
It's going to be 4 something.
Yeah, I was going to say 435.
Yeah, 440.
That's it's 494. So they have their 20th for strength of schedule. So the hard teams coming up are the Dodgers. You play the Rays again. You play the Cubs. You have the Yankees for 4. You play the White Sox again. You have the Guardians. But the easy teams would be the Angels, the Royals. You have the A's for 7. The Giants. The Jays, the Jays swept you. You got to play them 7 more times. Then you have Baltimore coming up. You play them 7 more times. So, yeah, strength of schedule is below 500 the rest of the way.
And that will move.
It'll move.
I believe in terms of manager of the year, the last interim to do it was Jim Tracy.
Wow.
That would be a fucking story and a half, man.
Yeah. Cal has Cora still on the board, but not Tracy. So we're going to have to update that.
Maybe they
know we got Will Venable at 49%, Kevin Cash at 32%, and Derek Shelton at 9%.
I love Derek Shelton, man.
Good guy.
Yeah, give me Trace.
Give me Sogi. All right, yeah, let's dive into this here. So, announcement. I did say that I was going to bring back the notebook for getting over 500. I'm not like a superstitious guy in real life, but like a baseball superstition. I can't change things up during the streak. I can't.
That's fine.
Tyler, I can't. Like that. No. The second that you start doing things differently is the second that shit falls apart.
It's that mindset. It's that mindset right there. That's the problem. Because you're not believing in the team. You're believing in some form of magic that's just going to carry
There is a
everything.
form of magic happening. Are you watching the games?
I think it's more than magic.
Imagine if he wasn't.
I think they've surpassed the magic.
And he's just like, no, man, I was actually super busy this week.
I think when you see Caleb Durbin lose his mind like that, it's like, holy shit, this isn't just a hot streak anymore.
Jared, if there's one guy you should listen to about not being able to get this team off of their focus, it's T.
Yeah. I agree with my take that I shouldn't bring the notebook back.
Definitely don't bring that back.
Yeah, I can't do the notebook until post streak, and it may never end. This week. So
they
for anyone
the rest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like anyone's like, oh, you didn't believe in them. We pretty much were the only podcast or media entity out there that was saying that they could run the table at some point to get to the World Series. That is a clip. Like that's on record. That was not a private conversation. That happened on this show. We said there is a world where they run the table and probably have 80% odds to win the World Series if they do that.
At that point, yeah, they would.
All right, well, we're in the middle of it right now.
At every point.
114 and 48 would be their final record if they ran the table. So they would be 6 games better than the 2018 Red Sox if they win the rest.
That's fucking crazy. Wow.
We're not that far from the all-time MLB winning streak. We're halfway.
Half?
That's a
super
ways,
far.
We only need 2 of these.
Not that far.
And
we
we
got to
tie.
do all this again.
The New York Giants had 26 in 1916.
And wasn't it the Cleveland Baseball Club that did it? What?
Yeah.
Was that
2017?
Yeah.
22.
22. That's crazy. They could do it. 2 away from the team record. On Tuesday, they could be on the table.
Good, yeah.
I like how the schedule is looking coming up. Orioles are hot, though, to their
I don't
credit.
even care
They have the
about
second longest win streak.
Yeah, 7 in a row.
Yeah.
I didn't know the O's were that hot, but I don't even care much about the schedule. I don't care much for the Dodgers being on there, but yeah, who coming up here for the next? Geez, do they have a tough series left outside of the Dodgers?
They're playing 500 teams the rest of the way, according to what we just talked about.
But typically with those, there's always a couple teams that cancel that out. But yeah, you got Orioles, Jays, A's, Dodgers. We don't talk about that. White Sox again, A's again, Blue Jays. Pirates, D-backs, Giants, Marlins, Yankees. These are not going to scare anybody.
No. I did want to say this about the winning streak is I think when they won that first one out of the break to get to 10, I was like, all right, I'm satisfied. But then they won the next one and I was like, all right, I could probably lose after 11. And then as long as they win the finale, we can go into the pod with a series win and coming off a win and still be talking about how they're playing well. But once they won the third game of this series, I was like, well, now they have to win. I'm just like, just one more, just one more. So like, I don't want to get greedy with it, but mathematically they're putting me in a tough spot to where I kind of have to have the rest of them. Steve?
I will say, Coley had this tweet, and I was at the 2 games on Friday, and Sox go up 10-0 on Cap's bomb, which it kind of, I got the home run tingles for that, and I'm like, I'm glad that those are back, because I've barely been getting those all season. And then I check Twitter, I see Coley's tweet, and I'm like, damn it, he's right. This game was from the first half, and this doesn't count for the second half.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
it does, but like the second I saw it, I'm
I
like,
didn't see that.
right, this doesn't really mean anything post All-Star break. And then they're like, don't worry, guys, we're still good. We're going to sweep this series, and you don't have to worry about that at all. Because that then ties back to last year, where you have the 10-game winning streak going into the break, and they go 4-6 in the 10 games out of it. And that's been the issue year after year after year with this team. They've already tied that 4 wins in the 10-game span after the break in this series alone. Like, that's how good they've been. It's crazy.
I did like that story in The Athletic about the team meeting or having some conversations. I don't know if it was the whole team or the leadership group. It wasn't specified. But that they talked before the finale against the Mets and were like, this is a very important game. Like, we need to end the first half on that right note. I know we're tired. I know we're gassed. This game means something. Like, to have voices in that clubhouse that are kind of labeling the mentality, what you need to do and go out there, the kind of approach you need to have. That's kind of the stuff we've been starving for, and the stuff that Willson Contreras in April was like, there's no energy here. Like, we're trying to build up these narratives in our head. Everyone's talking shit about us. Everyone's against us. I was like, okay, now they're starting to kind of operate all on the same page.
Dude,
So
Sonny
you're seeing
Gray
it
was
off
talking
the
shit
field
about them.
and on the field.
Their own rotation was like, we blow.
Like, Sonny Gray, I mean, was that after or it was during or after the Rocky series, right?
Had to be the Colorado series. It had to.
I think
It was June 18th. That was the day of it.
okay, so then it was right before that. I don't know. It got worse from there. But you had a dude, a veteran of this league, being like, man, we are not a good
They
team.
got swept by the Jays. It was right after getting swept by the Jays.
Swept by the Jays.
Yeah.
Sonny Gray's like, listen, we are not a good team right now. And would I accept a trade? You bet your ass I would. So, like, that's where they were. And to go from there, and then it got worse. Like, the Rocky series, I will go back to that series countless times. Because it wasn't just that you lost that series. It was how you lost that series. It was, having Chapman on the mound. It was having Duran fucking up that. I don't even know. Yeah, like fucking up that play in left field. Like Chapman just being like, man, my hamstring is hanging on by duct tape and paper clips, and I'm still just trying for you guys. It was about as bad as it gets. And to promptly turn the season with the Yankees, by the way, that was airplane issue number 1 was going into the Yankee series. They got in like fucking 4:00 in the morning, and then they had to go up against fucking Schittler in the first game. It's like, all right, we had more plane troubles. We didn't get to sleep, and we have to go against the Cy Young favorite tomorrow. And then they swept that series. I mean, the Yankees, outside of Max Fried in that first series, had everyone going that you would have wanted. Like, if that was a playoff series, that would be the guys that you would face. I don't even know that Garrett Cole would make the playoff rotation at this point. That guy fucking sucks. But to go against, and obviously you had the Angels thrown in there, the National Series, whatever. But like, those are the 2 teams. You went 8-0 against the top 2 teams that are ahead of you in your own division, that are ahead of you in the American League standings. So I don't know, man. Everything that we were talking about as this run started, I kept saying, well, I need to see this. I need to see this. We've seen it. win at home, come out strong after the break. That was another part of it was like, all right, yeah, this is great, but they did this last year. They won 10 in a row to go into the break. How do they come out of the break? Oh, how about winning every fucking game against the team that's the best record in the American League? How's that for you to prove a point? So I've got nothing. I know that I was critical of the team, rightfully so, in the first half. I'm not going to apologize for anything, but to just say right now that this is everything that we hoped that they would be, and kind of, if we're being fair about it, if you had told me in spring training before the shit 3 months happened that first series out of the break, that here's what the record will be, here's what the run differential will be, here's where you will be in the standings, I'd be like, all right, I believe that. And just judging by all of that, all of those facts, I'd be like, you still have a fighting chance. Like the division's not off the table. This is a playoff team. Tell me the facts about Roman Anthony's hurt, Crochet's hurt. They're going to be coming back. All right, great. I feel like you're in a great position. The path to getting to where they're at, I wouldn't want to rewatch it. It's not a fucking TV show where I want to sit through the first 3 seasons to get to the start of the 4th season. But I think the same way that I always will sit there and watch every single pitch of every single game, even if it's a shit season, because I know eventually you'll get a good season, you'll get a championship season. It feels better seeing that when you've sat through the shit. We're seeing that all in 1 year. There was someone that replied to one of my tweets the other day that said,
like this one.
This is the 2012 and 2013 Red Sox in the same season. You watched a horrendous team with shitty, dramatic storylines. Like, now we're talking about things that have nothing to do with baseball. This fucking sucks. The team's bad. Cora's fired. Veritek's out. Like, this sucks. And to get all of that in the same season where you have the longest winning streak since 1948 and you're back in a playoff spot. There was someone that had the stat. It was like the odds of this happening were 0.0024%. That was the probability that this happened the way that it played out this way. 0.0024%. So I'm enjoying it. I'm just enjoying the ride. I hope it doesn't end. Really quick break from this discussion here on Section 10. Obviously to talk about Blue Moon. Whoosh. We spent this past weekend watching the Sox. It was a 4-game sweep, and everyone was like, man, how could this experience get any better? Well, the answer to that question is obviously if you were drinking Blue Moons while you were watching the Sox wipe up that Tampa Bay Ray ass at Fenway Park A&B all weekend long. I don't think that there was a game that I didn't have a Blue Moon in hand this weekend. 4-game sweep of Tampa Bay. It kind of became like a ritual. Of course, I'd be drinking Blue Moons no matter what, but like, come on, sitting in front of the TV on a Sunday day game. The vibes are immaculate. The weather's great. Fenway's going crazy. The only thing missing for you would have been having a Blue Moon directly in hand. I hope that you joined me in that because it was quite the weekend for Red Sox baseball and Blue Moon consumption. Blue Moon, Belgian white, brightly brewed with Valencia orange peel and iconically garnished with an orange slice. Blue Moon Light, a wheat beer. Why do I keep saying that? A wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories. Blue Moon Mango Wheat. Steve, I know you love mangoes, right? Yeah, you do. Yeah, refreshing beer with ripe mango flavor. A hint of honey and biscuity malt sweetness. Wow. Blue Moon, non-alcoholic, much like Blue Moon's iconic flagship beer, yet without the alcohol. Blue Moon, non-alcoholic, is still made with real Valencia orange peel, and it has coriander. Those are all the boxes that you need to check right there. Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter, celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Suck one. Rally caps. Lucky Sox never stepping on the damn foul line. Baseball is full of superstitions that we hope give us an edge. But let's be honest, folks. Most of it's just luck. That's how I used to feel about hair growth products until I found Nutrafol. That's how I used to feel about dealing with my hair thinning. I didn't want to keep covering it up. I wanted to take control. It's again when I found Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand and the official hair growth partner of that league that we watch every night. It's Major League Baseball. Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are physician formulated, clinically tested. And Jared was asking about this, and it's true. They're NSF certified for sport. I know you were
Thank
like,
God.
are they
God,
NSF
dude.
certified for sport? And I'm like, yep.
Yep.
They totally are. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. Nutrafol has formulas for men at every stage and every age. There's Nutrafol Men for guys 18 to 49 to help grow thicker, fuller hair in 3 to 6 months. And Nutrafol Men 50 plus, you guessed it, it's for dudes over the age of 50. Adding Nutrafol to your daily routine, it's super easy. Order online, no prescriptions needed. When automated deliveries, also known as with automated deliveries, and free shipping to keep you, my friend, on track. Plus, with the Nutrafol subscription, you can save up to 20% and get added perks to support your hair health journey. Find out why Nutrafol is the only hair growth supplement brand trusted by that good old Major League Baseball. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping. Love free shipping. When you visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code SECTION10, that is Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code SECTION10. Now we're heading back to Section 10.
Well, they still haven't played 100 games. And like, it's not time to be setting off fireworks when they're 2 games over 500 either. Like, getting the client, like right now, they're reminding me of like the Ime Udoka Celtics, who put themselves in such a hole that when they turned it on, they had to carry such momentum and such every night. Like when T says that about the Mets game, like I like that, but it's also one of those things like you do run out of gas at inopportune times when you do have to fight back this way. So it's like they're in a good spot where they can maintain, but in other years, I'd prefer a 13-game winning streak to put you like 20 games over 500, 15 games over, like really separate you as opposed to be like, all right, now we're back in the fight. Now we're talking about the baseball being played, not the other. Well, it depends who you are, but most of us are talking about the baseball being played. And then it's something T keeps bringing up and like Ian, and that's it. Like I don't see anyone else bringing it up. Like the pitching, as much as we love it, will become an issue, and it's something like I want to ask because I don't know if it's an angle that's been covered yet. T, with next year looking like they're not going to play a full year, should that or would that push them to operate differently? Because now if you're trying to build guys up year after year, 40-man players next year aren't going to be able to be touched by the team until the lockout ends. Like they won't be able to do anything. You can't even like option them down to play in AAA or anything like that. Like they're cooked. So it's like, all right, Peyton Tolle won't be fully unleashed. You're telling me until 2029, assuming no injuries, because he's gonna have to step back next year regardless. It's just going to be built into the schedule. Same thing with Bennett. Same thing with Early.
Well, that's the weird thing right now, and I want to credit. I think it might have been Chris Hatfield during their draft recap had mentioned that just talking to the minor leagues, they've told those players like the lockout, it does not matter to you. You're going to show up here. You are going to be pitching. Get ready to go do that. So like that's for those guys, whether you're operating with the 40-man and how that ends up playing out going into the offseason and all those things. But I do think the innings workload like is a real conversation for me with Jake Bennett. Look at when he got pulled in this first start. It was 65 pitches. We are not going to go beyond that. We need to start to monitor him. He's already at his workload from a year ago. The Connolly Early thing, while it sucked to lose him, this was probably the best case scenario because you're backing up some of those innings and giving him a breather when he probably needed it. But Peyton Tolle's going to fall in there too. And the way Garrett Crochet spoke with Rob Bradford was maybe alarming is a little strong, but he doesn't seem anywhere close. Nowhere close. And it looks like Early won't be ready until August, the earliest. He's just starting his buildup. So are you kind of saying, all right, well, we're probably not going to have Crochet at this point in time. You're now operating in kind of a different world than anybody has really thought about this season since the first month of the year. And even then you were like, all right, well, he'll be back bare minimum. Now, like, if you ask me to bet, I'd probably say it's more likely we don't see him this year than we do.
At least as a starter, like he could potentially build up as a reliever, which would be horrifying for the rest of the league, because he'd only do that if they were in the playoffs at that point.
We're going to get 103. Like,
yeah, it's going to be terrifying. But that's still like Oviedo is super important. Patrick Sandoval is more important than we need both of those guys to be. Bayo, pretty important for how the rest of this season is going to go. Like Steve said, probably go trade for a bat. If they're in the buying process, I know Craig gets asked about this, I think hourly now. If they are in the buying process, I think an arm is I can't say more important than a bat because the offense is still so day to day, inning to inning. They are going to have like weird decisions to make with some of these young guys. So like I actually think an arm could be as important as a bat.
Yeah, it's interesting to look at a couple guys like Tanner Houck has not existed in anyone's brain. He's starting to throw 2 bullpen sessions a week in Fort Myers. That tells you like he's not that far from a rehab assignment. Now, is that a starter? No, but maybe that makes you more comfortable giving Bayo the runway to go out there and try to start again, because I like Eduardo Rivera. I would trust Brian Bayo as a starter more than him. I would fuse those two together if you really want to do the opener thing, which, Coley, we were talking that in May, right? Cutter Crawford has resumed throwing. I know he doesn't exist in any of our heads, but like when you start going down this list and you start to try to piece that rotation together again, I think that's why Breslow said to Mass Live today, like, we're going to watch how these injuries play out the next 10 days because that could change a lot of our calculations for how we approach the deadline.
Well, people are also going to start calling for Ianson too because he keeps dominating at AA, but you can't. I really think it would be irresponsible if there is a lockout coming and you're adding to his innings this year if you were to elevate on a major league level. Like that would be almost crazier than what happened with Tolle last year, I'd argue. And then it would also kind of fuck him next year in terms of being able to be more ready for the start of the season than the major league players would be.
And the thing with Ianson that sticks out to me, Tolle's velocity was going up as the year went along. Ianson's seen some dips, and that's not to say, freak out or anything like that. The guy had 19 whiffs in 5 innings yesterday.
He's also a more complete pitcher in terms of stuff. Like he's
pitch
not
mix wise for sure.
Velocity, he doesn't hang on velocity like Tolle did then and still kind of does now.
My thing would be just as you push, and he's at 60 innings right now. He had 108 last year at LSU. So like we're talking levels here where he still should have another 40, but he's pitching different than he ever has in his entire career. But I don't know if like watching Patrick Sandoval, did anyone feel overly confident in what he looked like in this series?
It's his second start. It's his second start
he
after
needs time. I don't know if he felt overly confident. I mean, even on his IG stories, like I did nothing and we got an A. So I think
he has the right
he's aware of where he's
at. I felt bad about using the Roman Reigns meme during his outing, the get this bum out of here. Like
I was like, dude,
I thought that was aggressive. I was like, damn, he's seen you ever go
on a player. I was like, Jared felt pretty like he spoke pretty well on him after his first start. I was like, shit.
But what I said in the moment was, I like the fact that him not pitching well is pissing me off because 3 weeks ago, I would have been like, all right, yeah, like it's his second start since coming back. He hasn't pitched in 2 years. Give him some time. But like in the middle of a fucking 12-game winning streak, I need everyone to go out there and pitch their balls off. Like I want to win every single game because I want to see how long we can do this for. I want to see how long this run will last for. So yes, like you know what? I'm sorry, Patrick Sandoval. I shouldn't have said, get this bum out of here. You're not a bum. I'm sure you're a really nice guy. But I want to win every single game now. Like the juices are flowing. I have competitive juices for the first time since probably that Red series. Like this team has sucked the fucking competitive spirit out of me. I've been depressed. I've had no energy like in my actual day-to-day life. Like I'll wake up and then like every morning, I don't know if anyone else does this, but like I wake up and I'm like, all right, what day is it? Is it a weekend? No. All right, fuck. It's a weekday. All right, I gotta get up. Did the Red Sox win last night? No, of course they didn't. Fuck. All right, I'm gonna look at Twitter now. Everyone's gonna be pissed off. This sucks. And who are they playing tonight? Oh, definitely a team that's gonna beat them. Like that. Those are my first thoughts when I wake up in the morning. So these last 3 weeks have been a delight. I don't care what day it is when I wake up. If it's a weekday, I'm like, great, I get to go to work and talk about the team that I love. If it's the weekend, I'm like, I get to fucking chill on the couch with a blue moon and watch my favorite baseball team probably win a baseball game today. It's been like fucking snorting a goddamn rainbow the last 3 weeks of my life. I've loved it. I've loved my life the last 3 weeks. Coley Mick.
I was on it in real time, so this isn't me looking back. the second those fucking Scots got out of here, the team started winning again. The second, because I reverse engineered this take. I was like, the Sox couldn't have timed it better for playing their best ball the second the World Cup ended. Like, there isn't even that other distraction people were going to. Like, now they really are the only thing. Patriots camp is still like lurking. It's not quite here yet. So like, they did time it perfectly. And I was like, yeah, what did happen with this World Cup? Oh yeah, those fucking Scots were here. They didn't win a single goddamn game while they were here. Because even like watching today and yesterday, they're doing the tarps off thing. They were trying that earlier in the season and it felt so forced. You knew that team wasn't going to come back from it. They were doing it down like 6 and shit. And they would load the bases and score no runs. And it was like, all right. When they were doing it this weekend, it was like, this is the most I've seen it buzzing since like 21. Like,
you can hear it on the radio broadcast, man. Like the roar of Fenway, it was sick to listen to.
Yeah,
there was it's a different vibe. It's a different vibe at the park, to the point where, like, obviously I'm there a good amount over the course of the season. It just feels, I was looking around, I'm like, did those first 3 months happen? Like, it's almost like this was the same park where we were coming here and just being like depressed. To the Scots thing, Coley, I went there for one of the last games they were there because I feel like I missed out a little bit when they had like the first night and they really went off. We were recording. I never, you don't go to Fenway for recording days. I'm like, all right, let me still get something out of this. And they're putting the cones in their head and the Sox can't score. And I'm like, fuck this. Like, I don't want to be here. Let me get out of here. Let me go home. I'm going to get D'Angelo's on the way back to be happy. And I'm like, how is this the same season? Because I was crafting up I love my 162 pace numbers. That's my favorite thing. And so I was crafting that up. It was 3.5 weeks ago, a little bit over 3 weeks ago. They were on pace for their second worst record ever. Mm-hmm. And now the division talks are not like being a homer. Like, the division talks are real. So it's absurd. And they know they're capable of winning these games because we're going to fall off this eventually. Like, this winning streak isn't going to last forever. Sorry to break the news. They're not going to win 114 games this year.
The highs are as never as, they aren't as realistic as the highs are. The lows, I don't know what that's
that. I know that's
it's
exactly
not as always good as the highs. It's not as always as bad as the lows.
The highs, when they are to be there, and then they aren't as realistic as when the lows and the highs. And I think that's the phrase. And so that's where the Sox are at right now.
The lows are high. The highs are
when the highs are high, man, the lows can be also high as well sometimes, but they can be low
when it's
too.
And when you're low, when you're
low, sometimes you feel like you're high. And that's
exactly. So at least they do know. At least they do know that they're capable of this. Whereas before, there was no way they could do this.
Whoosh.
So they know, Jerry. They know.
Yeah.
And we are like, let's think about it this way, Jerry. Right? The Sox right now, because this happens like to one or two teams a year, normally one, where there's like a team that goes on one of these streaks where if you're just following on Twitter, you're like, what the hell's going on over there?
The Guardians last year, you're kind of running their plan.
It's the Guardians every year.
Team.
There it is. I knew Coley was going to jump in there.
But it is the Guardians every year for like our whole lives. Or the Indians. It's the Cleveland team.
Whoa.
It's like, so whatever.
Jesus.
Whatever. That's what they were called.
Whatever.
That's what they were called.
There's spiders too. You didn't bring that up.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Fuck,
but
man.
it's always the Cleveland team that does it. And people will reference, the Sox did 10 in a row. Yeah, but 13's different. You start getting in the teens, it's a whole nother ball game, and that's where they're at now. It's just nice when your team's the team, because even for some of the best Red Sox teams ever, we ain't seen this before.
Nah, like that's why like when they were talking to Pap on the post game, they're like, man, we haven't seen a winning streak like this since 2006, and I was like, that season sucked.
That was an awful year.
This season
was
largely
at the end of the
sucked.
year, right?
Yeah, like they finished in third place that year.
Yeah,
with no playoffs.
That was Pap's great one, right? That was his best year, I think.
Shout out, or I can't speak. Shout out, Pappy. Poppy? Why am I? I cannot. You said Pap. Shut out, Poppy. There we go. Oh my God, that was terrifying.
Shut up, Big Pappy.
Shut up, Poppy.
That's how my mother said it.
Pappy Pop, Poppy
It kind
Pop.
of bangs.
That
when
reminds
he
me.
said
Shut up, Pappy.
In my brain, like short circuit.
Shout him out.
I'm gonna take this moment to shout out Big
Give him the
Pappy.
shout out. Yeah.
That was terrifying.
Shout him
You
the fuck
remember
out.
2006 when Big Pappy hit all the home runs?
It actually kind of sounds cool now.
Big year for Pappy. Wait, you're just shouting out David Ortiz?
Shout him
Well,
out.
he broke the
2006?
home run record that year.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't do it nearly
home
enough.
runs with Big Pappy. There we go.
It just gets lost in that year.
Just shout
I had
out
a
every
baseball
episode.
card with it. Yeah, Pappy was crazy, man. I don't know where I got that one.
Yeah, that's a bow wow.
I blame
that's a big
Steve.
Pappy.
Swing and a drive, deep and far to right field. Big Pappy has done it again. He makes Red Sox history at Fenway Park.
Mean to do that after that, but okay.
How dare you make him read?
Should be easy.
Bennett keeps balling. The Sox offense ain't stalling. 10 straight, enthralling. 11 straight dubs. Willie's in the Homer Club. Sox pen, sit down, bud. Willier's bat spike. Sex. 12 in a row. That's a flex. Ref, nah. Jamai's next. Sonny, bend don't break. Sweep Sox of 113 straight. Willson nuke, just wait. Series of haikus by Tyler Milliken.
That was really good.
Yeah, third one, Taiku of the Year nominee.
Definitely the most love one has gotten on Twitter in some time.
I like the
Yeah.
Bud one. That was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, third one and Taiku of the Year nominee.
Been a while.
He was
I
doing
feel
all
like
sorts
the,
of writing this week.
I feel like we should find a way to let the Patreon subscribers vote for Taiku of the Year.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just put the poll up and they vote on it. That's how you do it.
One of many great things we could do on the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Like that.
Okay.
What else has been going on the Patreon?
New articles are always dropping. Down on the Farm will be coming out at some point this week.
New manifestos.
I think there's
New
something
manifesto will be coming out as 10 pages for tonight's podcast alone.
Mhm.
You get a little bit of everything on there, man.
Anything else?
Nothing
Airing
off
of
the top my head.
grievances.
Yeah, patreon.com/section 10 podcast. You never know what you're going to get on there, man. You never know.
Facts.
Worth the price of the admission. Unless screenshotted to give to the rest of the world from a paid service. I did have this thought, and this is on me for not doing the notebook, but again, superstition. I really wanted to give a shout out to OB for
Yes.
not just this series, but this run. I feel like he's in his bag right now, and he is capturing the essence and the emotion and the passion of what's happening on this run because, maybe because I watched the 2006 Red Sox. Do I have any recollection of the fucking 13-game winning streak? I don't. I think it largely depends on what you do from here in terms of the postseason and what have you. That team didn't make the playoffs. So that's why it's like, I don't know. I don't remember the fucking 13-game winning streak. But this one in particular, because of how badly the season started to get to where you are right now, and it was not a gradual progression. It was a snap your fingers and you're the best team in baseball after being the worst team in the league. OB has captured the holy shitness of this run, I think, perfectly. To even Nesson posting the video from inside the booth of like Loomer's reaction for the
He was
the
second
best
Willier
part.
home run.
I'm
a great
like, little
club.
dance.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying is like, and this is what, a lot of the OB discussion is like, well, man, I missed when my broadcasters were like, Don and Jerry, they actually wanted the Red Sox to win, and OB is more of a neutral broadcaster, but it's like OB can still, with his voice, capture the realness of the moment, while you have Lou being the hometown guy who knows ball, who is genuinely excited that the Red Sox are doing this. Like, you want to talk about a guy that wakes up in the morning and thinks about the Red Sox immediately and what's going on? Lou Merlone. That guy, he lives, breathes, shits the Boston Red Sox. That's the phrase? Is that the phrase?
I think
Yeah.
so.
I've heard that.
Yeah. So to have those guys as a tandem while also having the radio guys, because I mean, I go back and forth. Like, I'm a little slut.
I just want to say this real quick. Sorry to cut you up, but like Lou's tweet this morning was at 6:45 a.m. A baker's dozen, anyone? With 3 question marks. He wakes up like, let's get it today.
He was not even out of
superstitions.
What?
He's on there talking about 20 in a row. He doesn't give a fuck.
He don't.
Yeah,
Continue,
he don't.
Jerry, though.
Lou didn't even have his feet on the floor this morning before he started tweeting about the Sox and winning today, and he got the dub. But yeah, I'm a little slut when it comes to the broadcast. I go back and forth. Like, I want to hear what they're saying on TV. I want to hear what they're saying on radio. Joe Castig has been doing a lot of Sunday games. You got to tune in for that. So, you know, I'll take Ace for a walk, throw the radio broadcast on. But I just, today, so Saturday, I can't get enough of this shit that after the game, I went on YouTube and rewatched the highlights from the game. I was like, this is like a movie that I saw in theaters and was so enthralled that I had to go to the movies the next day to watch the movie again and then watch the post game on YouTube. I'm like, I need you to, it's like going to see a movie that you've been anticipating seeing forever and it lived up to the hype. And then you want to go watch the talk show about the movie to break down. What'd you think of the ending? Like, did you get the same interpretation of the ending that I did? Like, I haven't felt like this in a long time about the Boston Red Sox, where I just can't get enough. I need to watch them again. I can't wait to watch them tomorrow. I will probably listen to fucking maybe sports radio tomorrow to hear about the Red Sox. I don't know. Are they going to talk about them? I don't know. I hope so.
There were times earlier in the season when we go to the park, and I you guys know, one of my favorite. Whoop, Jared, I didn't say.
I wanted to give a special shout out to Jones and Keefe because they have been talking ball this year. Like, that is a show. Zolak and Bertrand also. But like, obviously Maz talks.
Just so.
Beatle's been cooking with the Red Sox this year. But Jones and Keefe they've been talking Sox this year. So I know that it hasn't been easy, but I always will give a tip of the cap to any radio show that doesn't abandon them when they're bad. I'm not saying it's a slight at anyone. It's just a tip of the cap to them because they've been riding the wave. So shout out to them. Anyways, Steve?
Yeah, no, it shows how far this team has come that if you follow the socials, like, I'm obsessed with going home run hunting, trying to get these guys hitting dingers at Fenway, document anything we can. Mikey's obviously been great at it too. And we have a real like passion for doing that and enjoyment for doing that. And there were a lot of them earlier in the year that I'm like, do we even post this? Like, is this even worth posting where like someone hit a solo homer and I'm like, whatever, man, like they're 14 under 500. This team sucks. Like, it's nothing we do on here is inauthentic. Like, everything that we're saying, everything we do on socials, that's exactly how we feel and kind of who we are as fans. And we've now gotten to this point where, to piggyback off of what you're saying, Jerry, just can't get enough of this. Really can't get enough. Like, I'm searching stats. I'm like, this got to be the first time since something. Like, I get the winning streak out of the way. There's got to be other stuff in here. JP's been having a field day with the stats. Like, you go down the list, there's been kind of random accounts. I think it's like Opta Stats or something, T. You might know that account that's been saying stuff that like Willier's doing for the first time since like 1905 in Red Sox history. So it's a beautiful thing to see. It's something that obviously we never would have anticipated this year. And to get back to that booth cam, Jerry, we don't get that booth cam really ever. Like, the only time you get it is like, oh, we got so-and-so in the booth when Dave's going to interview someone to promote something that he's definitely pumped
Signing
to
playbook.
do. Yeah, exactly. He was like, this is going to be a fun half inning. I definitely don't mute it every time that happens. But you look at the reaction by Lou, who we obviously love, and he looks over at Dave because there's a little gap there and Dave's very good at letting things breathe. Like, he'll get you got to be kidding me. And then he'll let the guy around the base get the sound of the crowd, get, dun, 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 dun. And Lou looked over at him and just shook his head. And Dave was he just gave him a, fuck if I know, dude. What is going on right now? And that's great. That's great. We don't really get that. I know I can be critical of OB. I do think a lot of times he shows up to the park, just wants to do the game and get the hell out of there. But he really has been doing a great job. And that combo is kind of built for stuff like this, where it's like you never know what you're going to get at the ballpark. Yeah, we got to get this call. This call's great. I miss when you did the edits with the swears.
Swing and a drive, right field. He's crushed another one. You got to be kidding me! You got to be kidding me!
I almost got kicked out of the movie theater. I had my phone blaring in the theater, blaring.
Well, good reason. You should have got booted.
Yeah, that's insane.
Fucking watching the game, dude. What the fuck do these people want from me?
Not that. They don't want that.
Movies, just blaring the game. Like, don't go to the movies, bro.
T
This
in
is
the
an
Odyssey.
all-time winning streak. I was watching that Burn Evil Dead movie. Fucking horrendous movie, by the way. If you like
Was
horror
it?
movies that are shitty, though,
Shut up.
it's way too long. It's like an hour and 50 minutes. Too much for a horror movie. But yeah, I completely don't know what happened in the second half because I was just watching the game the entire time. It was a great watch.
Classic
movie
T to
could
be
be
upset. Classic T to be upset at the people at the movie for being upset at him for blaring something on his phone while you're at the movie. Oh, you're pissed at me? Yeah, dude. That's the number one thing I don't want you to do right now.
T's
They
tops
had choice
off.
words.
He's swinging his shirt.
Yeah. Why are you pissed at me? Everything you're doing is what I'm upset at.
They had choice words for me and my family. That is for sure.
I will say, I'm watching this game with Mikey, and I got a classic Mikey reaction. So he was going up to get a drink in the kitchen, and he's literally about to walk back in. It's swing and a drive. You got it. He goes, fuck. It's like, he goes, I missed the moment of the year. I missed the moment of the year. And it's
It's all downhill from here.
We've
It's all
got three in
downhill.
like,
I'm like-
3 weeks, two
I
and a half
know,
weeks between
but
the
I'm like,
Duran
Mikey,
walk off and the Mets
it's
game.
not like not like we're at the game and didn't roll on it. Like we're just sitting on the couch. Like you could still see him rounding the face.
No, he's
Give
right.
it a
Missing-
week.
Live. Is
I know what
different.
he means. I know it's not
Yeah.
the same when you rewind, but yeah, when he missed the swing, he's fuck. Like he was so pissed off. So classic Mikey.
Game of the year, Saturday?
Yeah, felt like it. Right. You keep the
I mean,
longest
that-
winning streak of the century going.
That
in
Mets
that
game
fashion.
probably was the game of the year until Saturday, right?
Yeah.
It's right there with the
Yeah.
Duran walk off. Those
Is
two
that the
are,
Yankee game you're talking about? T?
Yes,
Yeah.
10 that series.
To get the sweep, to be up and like in complete control, to fuck it up as bad as they did, and then to still win.
Or
Like,
Willier.
Yeah, and with everything that was going
That was
on
all time bad.
with that too, like off the field, on the field, like that. It's one of those. It's happened within this 18 to 20 for sure.
That's the added thing with Willier, where he gets on these hot streaks and he'll come up in a spot like that. I'm like, he's not gonna do it, is he? Is he gonna do
Every
it?
time.
It really means a lot when the expectation for a player to stay hot, then he stays. That's hard to do. Like everyone's thinking you're gonna have the swing, and he has it, and that's why it got the reaction in the booth. Jarrett.
Special shout out to Steve and Mikey for on Friday, kind of like divide and conquer, having like the on deck circle cam, and then Mikey in the center field bleachers. Like that shot of Steve got the shot of WC-40 celebrating Willier's home run from the on deck circle, and then Mikey in center field for the WC-40 home run. Like it must be for an actual diehard fan so hard when someone hits a home run to stay on the player, because your natural reaction is to follow the ball. And like anytime, like 10 times out of 10, I promise you, the ball flight for a video like that is not it. It's staying on the player, because that is the camera shot that the broadcast is not going to give you. They're going to follow the ball onto Lansdowne Street. But to get fucking WC-40, like throwing the bat and doing all this shit, like that's not on the broadcast, and you're getting it uncut. Like even if you do get like a side angle of the bat toss and pounding the chest and all that stuff, you're going to get like a quick snippet of that. But to get it uncut from bat to ball around the bases, that's a fucking great shot. Shout out to Mikey. Shout out to Steve.
Appreciate that. Nothing gets me going more than when you get the dinger, when you capture it. It's like, oh, this is great. And for Wilson's, I didn't even process that of like, wait, right, yeah, Willier could hit a homer here, and then it's going to be his reaction to it, and that's awesome. Nothing quite like being down there, by the way, at Fenway. Like you're in the on deck circle. Like compared to other parks where you're kind of, a lot of those areas you just can't even go in, even with a credential. But at Fenway, you can just get all the way to the bottom there, film those guys, then coming down the line, touching the plate and all that. So yeah, Willson, man, he's in the middle of all of it. Wilson's given us so much good stuff this year. I feel like I owe him something, dude. Like everything that we have that buzzes, it's because just an entertainment factory. He's a viral factory. Everything about him is just ready for the moment. He always delivers.
T.
I guess this is a Steve question. I don't think you were there, Jared. Steve, you were there for the media scrum with Contreras where he talked about.
Yeah.
Initially, it came out that he talked to the front office and told them I will not be willing to move at all. He kind of clarified and was like, no, I told them if something were to happen, they were going to have to pay me, aka take care of my option. But how did you take it, Steve? Just that entire spot, because him pledging his allegiance to the Red Sox, that meant something, man. That really during the streak, during all these things, when you're trying to form a culture, to see someone who cares that much about being here and values Boston that much, it's awesome for the fan base.
That was on the day of the All-Star game, right?
Correct.
That one's in the clubhouse. We didn't go in the clubhouse. So
okay.
Yeah, we were doing the media availability the day of the home run derby, where each league you can talk to the guys for 45 minutes. And I feel like that did get the ball rolling, though, where he was talking I want to stay here. I want to be here. Because my goal with Willson specifically was just to lean into I want to get your reaction to this season because it's a crazy year. And with him, if you kind of tee him up a little bit, I blew him a little bit, but if you tee him up to a certain point, he's going to start feeling that energy and the longer he's answering the question, I'm he really is pumped to be here. He is really, and not we're surprised by watching him play.
Since you showed up.
He loves it. Blew his horn. But no, that was the first time where it really hit me how much he enjoys this versus just being pumped up to be doing well at just his favorite thing, which is playing ball. It's that added layer of, no, I want to do it here and I want to be kind of the face of the team. Because Mikey and I were talking about this heading to the park before the All-Star game. He probably looks around and it's this is just here to be had. To be the dog here, to be the guy here. No one's taking this. It might as well be me. And so for him to feel that comfortable to say it, he's earned that. It's been here for a little over 3 months, and he's earned the right to be no, I'm staying. You're not dealing with me. If that was the first month, it's calm down, buddy. But he has earned the right to be saying things like that, and I was glad to hear it. Gary?
I want to give out another special shout out because 2K Bagzewski.
Yes. Yep.
He cooked up what I can only describe as the best goal bottles video of all time. That's when I knew the run was special. Was so first of all, I was kind of doing half caps as we were getting closer to 500, and then I was I'll bring back all caps when we get to 500. Didn't think it would happen in consecutive wins. I thought it would be a little bit more of an uphill battle, but got there during the win streak, got back to 500, went all caps with the gold bottles tweet. And then 2K put his foot down. He said, I'm not doing new gold bottles video until we get over 500. So we got all caps for 500. We got new gold bottles video for getting to 500. And then after the Willier 2 home run game on Saturday, he was up. Steve's fucking AirPods are dead, man. That means he was using them before this because the battery life, I think, is 4 hours. So we're only an hour and a half into this show. So he was being irresponsible about his headphone usage. So yeah, he might have to get banged for that. But then he took the Willier homer from Saturday and the Anthony Siegler reaction, which was let's fucking go, and added that to a new gold bottles video, which is now the newest and best gold bottles video of all time. So shout out to 2K for that. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Matches the energy of exactly what's going on amongst Red Sox Nation right now. Hey, dumbass, can you hear us? Probably not, right? No, he can't. He can. No, he can.
I'm extra upset because I got new ones and they still have awful battery life.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry.
So you've just replaced your DoorDash budget with AirPod budget? Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct.
Only an hour, 20 minutes?
Well, we did ads for 45.
Well, we did ads and you did a lot of standing.
A ton of standing. A ton of standing. You know what? Jose, can you right now, can you drop in because we were recording during that. We're going to show you exactly what Steve was doing before we recorded. So take it away. We're just trying to eat dinner as a family, and Steve won't sit at the table. Tyler's playing with his food. What are we doing?
I'm sitting here ready.
Steve's not ready.
13 straight.
I'm ready. I
won't be ready.
This ready.
You're the least ready guy I've ever seen in podcasting.
In all my years, this guy was
Ever.
the least ready to
The
go.
least ready. Jesus fucking Christ, Steve. What? Like, are you like auditioning for a fucking Netflix documentary? You want to keep sitting down the fucking
The
seat?
light, the
That's what it
light keeps
reminded me
getting
of.
in my fucking eye. All right, I'm good. I'm
No,
good. It kept
that
messing
last
with me.
one was crazy. The other ones, I think, were excused. That one was insane.
Thank you,
Whoosh.
Jose. Yeah, whoosh. Okay, so I know I want to give you the floor here. I know you want to talk about Jake Bennett. I want to talk about Jake Bennett. We can go back to the beginning of the series. We're jumping around. We're jumping around because we're excited. Red Sox are winning. But the fact that Jake Bennett is doing what he's doing, and it's like there's just too many places to put our attention when the team is doing this well and so many people are contributing. But in the first game of this series, to come right out of the All-Star break, Jake Bennett went 6 innings, only allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and 0 earned runs. His ERA is down to 2.35. Is there anything that you want to say about our good friend Jake Bennett?
Yeah, we're back-to-back starts. We were talking about whiffs early on when Bennett had got called up this second time around, and 4 whiffs, 2 on the changeup, 1 on the 4-seamer and sinker, and it really doesn't matter for him at this point in time because he's going to generate such soft contact. That's just the regular thing with him. It's 98th percentile chase percentage, 98th percentile walk percentage. That shows you the 88th percentile expected ERA. That's the batted ball data, and he's keeping the ball on the ground. It is getting lifted a little bit more overall, but velocity-wise, down in the start, a full tick on the 4-seamer, 2 ticks on the changeup, still didn't really matter. He just leaned more into the 4-seamer, sinker, and cutter, almost a little Tolle style, if we're just talking about going away from some of the other offerings, but he continues to go out there and pitch, and I don't know what more you could ask out of Jake Bennett at this point. Since he's been recalled, it's 7 starts, 187 ERA, a 262 FIP. Yeah, it's a 7K per 9, but if the contact's going to be this weak and the ball's going to be on the ground this frequently, you don't always have to have the whiffs out there, and he seemed like the same guy. No swing and miss, no problem. Not the same velocity, I don't really care. I still get the job done. Jared?
I'm going to put you in an awful spot right now, Tyler.
Okay.
You can only guarantee a long-term extension, money aside, to one pitcher. Connolly Early, Peyton Tolle, Jake Bennett. The other two, they play out their ARB years, they hit free agency, they go somewhere else. The other guy that you choose, let's say he's signed through his age 35 season. What guy are you doing that with?
What up, guys? We're back here with Awaken 180, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately. There you go. I've been thinking about this a lot lately because I've tried to do the weight loss thing on my own before, and I think the biggest problem for me wasn't that I didn't care. I did care. I just didn't really have anyone telling me, hey, do this, not that, stick with this, here's what's next. When I was in the middle of baseball season, watching games, talking Sox, cruising on Baseball Savant, all these late nights and weird hours, it gets really easy to tell yourself you'll figure it out tomorrow. And my issue was I'd always get to the All-Star break and say my fitness journey was going to begin then. I was going to start eating healthier. I was going to do all these things. The second half would start and it would get pushed to the offseason. You get to the offseason, all of a sudden you're talking Christmas. Before I knew it, it was the second week of February, and we all know I am a spring training guy. That's when my mind goes to baseball. Baseball season would be here, and I was not getting my body where it needed to go. So I started Awaken 180, and so far that's been the biggest difference for me yet. I met with Skylar, started the next day, and now I've got something to follow. I'm using the Awaken 180 app, staying within my restrictions, mixing in longer walks. I'm in the gym now that my back is already better, and I'm already down 25 pounds in 5 weeks.
Let's go.
Now that I'm healthier and I'm doing a lot of these things, I'm healing quicker, my back bounced back. Last year was like a month I was down. This time, 2 weeks, and I was right back to my prime shape. The weight is just melting off with Awaken 180, but more than that, it feels doable. It's not me trying to be a hero by myself. It's a medication-free weight loss program providing free support for life. If you've been waiting to get help, go to awaken180weightloss.com, the official weight loss program of the Boston Red Sox.
The official baseball, or not even baseball, just apparel. I mean, it's pretty much all I'm wearing these days. The entire time at the All-Star game, I was wearing baseball lifestyle. I was busting my ass all day today, Steve. I know you know.
That's what it sounds
building
like.
furniture, cleaning the basement, wearing the baseball lifestyle sweatpants, super comfy. Well, my back hurt because I was like on the floor all day, but like super comfy to be sitting on the floor wearing the baseball lifestyle sweatpants. All the shirts feel super comfy. Never for a guy that like wears a lot of, I guess, like graphic tees for the most part. Like I'm not really trying to like dress up and whatever. I get more compliments on my baseball lifestyle t-shirts than anything else that I wear. Like it's like right now I'm like wearing like a Metallica shirt. No one's like, yeah, dude, Metallica. But like I'll wear like the baseball lifestyle like NASCAR shirt. People are like, dude, that shirt's sick. Where'd you get it? Oh, well, glad you asked. BL101.com. You can actually use the promo code section 10. Get yourself 20% off if you go there and it's your first time ordering. But I do have to talk about the fact that they have over 500,000 customers, which is pretty awesome, pretty badass. You go around, you see the travel ball parents are wearing it. You see that I'm wearing it. You see that the McMahon's wearing it. You see the T's wearing it. You see the Steve's wearing it. Jose's wearing it. We're all wearing it. Dallas is wearing it. Jay Hay's wearing it. Am I forgetting anyone?
Mikey's wearing it.
Mikey's wearing it. Bagzewski's wearing it. Everyone's wearing it. Everyone is wearing it. If you don't want to order online, you can go to Dick's Sporting Goods or you can go to Academy Sports. J-Reel's wearing it. They got tees, hoodies, hats, all the stuff that you'll wear off the field. If you love baseball, we know you love baseball because you're listening and watching this show right now. They've got youth through adult. We saw it everywhere at the All-Star game. Kids everywhere, adults everywhere. They're all wearing it all over the park. New collections drop every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, but they're limited. So when they're gone, they are gone. So jump on that quick. And if it is your first time ordering, like I said, use the promo code section 10. That's 10 section 10 for 20% off at BL101.com. It's more than a game. It's a lifestyle.
Peyton Tolle. I don't even have to think. Not even. And I really like Jake Bennett. I've talked about how much I like Jake Bennett. I really like Connolly Early. Wow. I think when we're talking about who's going to get moved, and this is why this is an awkward thing with Early's injury and where he's at, and also the Red Sox pitching depth at this point. I think right now Early's the most likely to be traded. But yeah, Bennett and Early are much closer to me than, trying to compare them to Tolle. I think Tolle's going to be a top of the rotation ace kind of pitcher. I think Bennett's showing the ability where he might really be able to, especially with the length he's giving you right now. That's one of the things that stands out. 5 straight starts of at least 6 innings. He, to me, is almost offering a little bit more ceiling than I'm seeing from Connolly Early at this point, because I think what he's doing is a little bit more repeatable, and he doesn't have some of the homer issues that have popped up with Early, at least this year.
So that is the correct answer. I just didn't know if you were going to say it, and I didn't know how long it would take you to get to the correct answer, but credit to you. You went there right away.
Does anyone feel different?
No. I mean, Steve's still charging his headphone.
I didn't hear the question.
It doesn't matter.
Hell yeah.
I think Coley would have the same answer.
I think so too.
Which one would I trade of the 3?
No. Which one, if you could only guarantee a long-term extension through their age 35 season, the other 2 walk in free agency?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we pretty much covered like the bullpen game in game 2.
Oh, you forgot one thing from game 1. Don't get disrespectful.
Got one. Game 1. Don't be disrespectful. Massa's
the Duran catch?
No. Alec Gamboa. 3-inning save. First save of his big league career. You got to tip your cap for that one, please. The rare 3-inning save. I will always appreciate that. I don't care what anybody says.
That's
game 2.
Yeah. You're disrespecting the Boa constructor?
I'm not disrespecting. It's just like when there's a run like this, if you were to say, hey, these are all the things that are going to get discussed on this list right here. But there's one thing on this list they don't get to. Which one is it? I probably would have picked that.
I will shout out Massa, who is putting together a pretty significant run and hit a home run in this game.
Multiple
last
home
15
runs.
games. Yeah, 326, 380, 609. That's a 900 OPS over 15. You can go all the way back to his last 30 games at this point, and it's almost an 800 OPS. Ooh. So for Massa and where he's at, and I'm curious to see where it plays with Jahmai Jones and Romy Gonzalez a bit, but for a while, Massa was not getting a ton of playing time, wasn't showing up in the way I think a lot of people hoped. He's gone back on that horse, and we're talking 3 guys in this game alone that showed up that you didn't get a ton from in the first half, whether it's Duran, Narvaez, Yoshida. To see those 3 show up in the first game, it's like, all right, this is how we go. These are the other guys that are going to need to give you something if you want to maintain.
I just pictured Massa actually on a horse, and it made me happy. Yeah, over this run, all right, I'll ask you guys. Well, all right, I'm going to set it to a minimum of What should out of the 20 games, what should the plate appearance threshold be for the question I'm about to ask?
It's hard with this team because so many guys are.
Yeah, like 40.
Yeah,
45?
40's probably. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go 45 plate appearances. How many guys does that count? 7. That feels right. Okay. Oh, you know what? All right.
Is he one of the 7?
How many is Masa's not? No. How many guys on this run of 18 out of 20 wins have an OPS of 800 or better? 45 plate appearances. Nope.
Rafaela.
Yes, for a number.
No, how many guys have an 800 OPS or better over the last 20 games?
I thought you just said it was 7.
There's 7 guys who qualify.
Oh,
Gotcha.
3.
Wilson, 12-19.
Willier?
Fuck.
Is
Willier, 881.
Okay.
That's it.
What's Sedon at?
684.
Wow.
Duran, 442. Romy, 579. Rafaela, 684. Siegler, 697. Durbin, 794.
okay, so he's right there.
He's right there. But yeah. So when it's like, oh man, they turned the corner, they started hitting. It's like, well, not really.
No.
It's literally just the timing. I mean, we're bouncing around. Today, all 3 of their runs in that ultimately inning deciding or game deciding inning, none of the balls that they hit left the infield grass. Like they didn't reach the infield dirt. That's like one of them was clearly going foul. Like was I going crazy? Why
That
can't
was
I field
100% going foul. I thought the same thing when it happened. And then he had space to throw it, and he's like, no, I'm still going to throw it right at Willier. I think they gave the booth gave Willier credit for getting in the way, and I don't think he did. I think he actually kind of got out of the way.
I had
like,
no
he
idea.
went left. He's like, if you want to get me, I'm giving you space. And
Tracy did
Caminero
it
was
after the
just
game, too.
Pegged him. I'm like, that was crazy.
Oh, that was crazy. Yeah.
Caminero.
Let's do a
He's
little
really not that
statty
great in the
news.
field. What's his OAA? See,
No,
Okay.
He's Devers.
yeah, he's righty Devers.
Yeah, Massa over the last 20 games is hitting 400 with a 12.
how often does this happen? By the way,
And
I feel like
39
every year we do this show, it's always like Massa during this stretch is hitting 433 with a bunch of extra base. It's like it's every single time we talk about Massa when the Sox are good, he's contributing. Jerry.
Okay, so without Willier and Wilson, over the last 20 games, in which the Red Sox have won 18 of these games, if you take out Willier and Wilson, the Red Sox as a team are hitting 240 with a 699 OPS.
Sounds about right.
I mean, we came out of the last 2 series before the Mets being like they scored in 6 of those 40 or 54 innings. They scored in 6 of them. That's like that was the damage they were doing. It was just like they're finally doing it with people on base instead of just useless singles that go nowhere.
Yeah, let me.
I think a big thing too is just the roster is now functioning. Like the fact that you're not taking Mickey Gasper and throwing him in and disrupting what you had going with Massa and letting him face righties and go do his thing out there. Like even with Jones getting brought in, Chang and what he's doing at shortstop, Andrew Monasterio coming back to life since they kind of stopped overexposing him into a role that he just wasn't built for. I think a lot of these players are just fitting into situations that partially due to how bad the team was and how desperate they weren't able to get into. And some of it's injuries. Like Marcelo Meyer is not required to get playing time right now because he's not on the field. It's like some of these guys are sliding into more natural roles and you're finding consistency. I don't think that's like something that just doesn't do anything for a lot of these players. I think having an idea of what your role is goes a pretty long way.
Even with runners in scoring position, everyone minus Willier and Wilson, 252, 703 OPS.
Oh yeah, I didn't say they were lighting the world on fire. They're just taking more advantage than they were earlier in the year. Like I said, they scored like the Mets series. That last game we talked about, they didn't score until Lindor blew. Like they were going to get shut out in that game if that didn't happen.
It's also one of those things where it's like drop the bunt down or Romy Gonzalez hit the ball to second base like you did today. Like it's not going to show up in a big way, but that shit they could not
squeezes.
do.
I was like, what? We're doing another one? Like that's the kind of stuff. Don't even think about it. First couple months.
I was like, it's like Steve at the World Cup.
What about the World Cup? Oh, that was funny. That took me a while. But yeah, I wasn't doing that.
That was good.
But no, it's the little things all season. Even I was just counting it up right now, like of where the hits were coming from. Bottom half of the lineup had just as much as the top half. Like it didn't really matter who it was. And you see Willson and Willie are obviously kind of carrying this team, but they don't think they have to, which helps. When you're going up to the plate and you know it doesn't have to necessarily be because you hit a 2 or 3 run homer, that changes the whole mentality of the entire lineup.
You think that they think that? You don't think that Willier and Willson are like, dude, it's on us, man. Like it's Venezuela versus the world,
with this current state of how the lineup's going, I think they think, okay, if I don't, it's not the end of the world, but obviously I'm still going to be expected to be the guy.
If I don't, because
the other guy's going to do it. And let's be honest, Willier's probably going to, he'll cool off, he'll get hot. He's going to do that. That's what he always does.
I was going to say, Willier doesn't feel like he deserves to be
Wilson's in a different class. I'm just saying in this stretch, but Wilson's like, don't be grouping us now. I've been doing this since I got here, but I just don't think they go to the plate thinking if I strike out here, we're screwed, which is a huge difference compared to earlier.
They got out-hit the last 2 games. It's like, it feels crazy when you say that out loud. They did.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, Sonny had, 11 guys on base?
A lot of
stuff.
6 hits, 5 traffic,
It was insane.
Yeah.
So
like
that
was
went to
not
that sinker.
It was not a well-pitched game, but that's where it was like a very veteran start where he just knew, and obviously some luck happens with that too, but he just knew how to get through it in a way. Like it is interesting. Like even Siegler and Monasterio, they're not like seasoned vets, but they have played Major League Baseball before this year in a more substantial way than like a Meyer had. Like they just aren't as young right now as they were at the beginning of the season.
Just getting something out of positions you got nothing from.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Story and Marcelo Meyer gave you nothing. Shortstop has been a absolute dark hole. And listen, I'm not saying when it comes to Chang, you should throw a friggin' party or anything like that. But for him to show up and be batting 303 and play great defense at shortstop, it's like that is a different atmosphere, a different planet than what you had the first couple months of the year. Anthony Siegler doing what he was doing when Marcelo was getting a lot of time at second. It's like a league average bat. This is fucking incredible. Who knew you could have just basic ass production and get by? But that's all you're asking for, and it's enough to get them where they are right now.
Jared? So you would think, based on the conversation that we're having right now, that it's like, all right, so it's Willier and Willson, but they're still winning all these games, so they must be getting lucky, right? T, where would you guess the Red Sox are during this 20-game stretch in BABIP?
24th.
20th.
Yeah.
So
what's the expected WOBA? Do you have that?
No.
Sorry.
Can you get that, bud?
Asking for a little much.
You're probably staring right at it.
I bet that's right next to it. Hit me with the red now.
I have their actual WOBA. You want that?
What do you got there?
9th. 330.
So it's probably expected like 14th would be my guess.
I mean, I can get it. It's
No.
fuck.
Yeah, we don't want
All right, I won't get it then. I don't want
Thank
it.
you.
Hey, you're already getting it. You got it. It's in your hands.
T, would it worry you at all? Because like everyone right now, I think is okay with their playing time. Would it worry you at all? Like Story getting activated?
Yes. I don't know how anybody says no
Second,
to that.
T. Expected by
Second?
Yeah.
So that's it. And that's the stuff that stands out because the quality of contact they're making, that gives you the results you're looking for. They are hitting the baseball in a way where you go back to April and even May where they were just much better in a lot of the surface stats. The expected WOBA was garbage and the BABIP was super high. It's like, no, this is stuff that should be closer to repeatable for them moving forward. And it helps when you're hitting the ball out of the ballpark like they have as of late. But yeah, if you're saying you're not worried about Trevor Story returning and how he fits into this, I don't know what to tell you. And that's not saying Trevor Story can't come and contribute, but if it looks like it did early in the year in this hernia situation, and he's still dealing with some soreness laterally, I saw today, but I don't know what it's going to look like. Marcelo Meyer and IKF are meeting with the hand doctor on Monday, so they're going to have a new outlook. I am a little worried about breaking up this current mix because I think all of them finding their roles has done a lot for this team. There's some stability for the first time all year.
I think, this is probably going to be an unpopular take, but if there's one position in the lineup or defensively that I think you could do something with where it's not going to break up the band, so to speak, it's probably shortstop.
Correct.
I'm curious defensively what it ends up looking like because I do think that is a pretty important part of this team is just making sure
Agreed.
that the defense is where it needs to be because look at what Durbin does on a daily basis. You're changing the partner next to him, but if you're going to lean so much on the pitching side, you're going to need to make those plays behind you. I'm not saying Trevor Story is going to show up and it's like, oh, fuck, how do we get by from here? But it is a pretty big puzzle piece to bring back into an equation that's finally making sense.
Yeah. It's not like it's not like there will be no impact. But if we were playing Jenga, I think the shortstop block is the one that I feel less nervous about pulling.
It's
out of
it
all
gets
of the
hard
pieces.
to try to realize and pinpoint like the exact difference between this guy in there, that guy in there. There's all these little things that we don't see, don't even know of adding a certain player or a certain just entity into a lineup or a roster or a clubhouse. Tony Seagulls is a great example of that. When he came up, would we have expected that, a couple weeks later, he's going to be jumping out of the dugout being like, let's fucking go when Willie Abreu hits that home run? No chance. So you look at the little dynamics that can just kind of change a roster and get you going on a different path for the rest of your season. And I do think a lot about these guys. I mean, throw Roman and Crochet in there. I know they're probably going to take forever to come back. And, if they can't come back till they can come back. I get that.
I have a Roman thought, too.
That's good. That coming up next with T. But with Trevor Story, I think about him as like whoosh.
Whoosh.
Coley.
You don't have to whoosh nor remind me to talk about Mint Mobile, Jerry, because when we were kids, summer meant freedom. It meant no homework, no teachers, no school. As adults, summer still means freedom thanks to Mint Mobile's summer sale. That's right. I can't believe a company that famously is $15 a month is also doing a summer sale. Right now, all of Mint's plans are $15 per month, even unlimited. So free yourself from big wireless and their gimmicks and gotchas and switch to Mint for high-speed data and coverages on the T-Mobile 5G network. Mint Mobile took what's wrong with wireless and made it right with premium wireless for $15 a month. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can even bring your current phone and current number, which can be I think as an adult, that is the biggest inconvenience you could have. It's 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I got a new phone number and I'm still I still haven't really adjusted. Yep. I don't know that I've fully made that switch. So Mint being bring that on over, it would have saved me back then. Now when I did switch at this time, it was the same number I got 3-4 years ago, but over to our pals over at Mint, choose from 3, 6, or 12-month plans and say goodbye. See you later to a monthly bill. Ditch overpriced wireless with Mint Mobile. It's so easy. Sign up online, get 3 months of premium wireless service for $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/section10. That's mintmobile.com/section10. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/section10. That's it. There's no catch. I don't know if you're waiting for a catch, it's not coming.
Don't have it.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12 months. Plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees are extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabyte may slow when network is busy. Includes up to 20 gigabytes of hotspot. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com for details. Whoosh.
Nope. We're whoosh. Yeah. This episode of Section 10 is sponsored by BetterHelp. Man, has online therapy been super necessary this season. For some, summer is their favorite season. Travel picks up, kids are out of school, and adventure is the focus. And for others, juggling it all can be tough and lead to overwhelm and counting down the minutes until kids are back in school. And many worry that they're wasting days of sunshine. T, do you feel like you're wasting days of sunshine?
Never. I live every day to the fullest.
Are you able to go on walks without the use of a walker now?
Yeah, we're fully athletic. Back in the gym today. Did an hour on the treadmill. Never been better.
Well, and he's down 25 pounds. He's also an online therapy guy. He's also a physical therapy guy because he pulled his back. But man, shout out to BetterHelp for being an excellent resource for getting us and a lot of the listeners. We go to the events and people will say how they have used BetterHelp, have found it extremely beneficial. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally. And it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the United States. BetterHelp does the initial matchmaking work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and their 12 plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means that they typically get it right on the first try. And if you aren't happy with your match, you can switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recommendations. And you don't have to say yes to everything this summer. Find support in therapy. Sign up right now and you can get 10% off at betterhelp.com/ I believe it's Rocket. Sign up right now and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/Rocket. BetterHelp, HELP.com/Rocket. Back to the show. I want the
With T Story, I think about the Squidward meme looking outside. And it's like they're having a blast, but like I'm not a part of it. So how am I going to mix into this kind of flow? So it's a very, very valid question, and I thought about it too. I'm not going to say that I forgot about Trevor's story, but I think a lot of us, forgot about what his timeline might be. And so when it's like, hey, I'm coming back, it's like, do we need that? I don't know if that's necessary with how things are going right now. It's tough.
Yeah. And now, Tyler's take on Roman Anthony.
Thank you. We got the update today with Roman Anthony, and now they're deciding he won't touch a bat until he can swing it without any issues, nothing going on, completely pain-free. Is that not such a drastic change to how they approach this injury originally? That's all. Thank you. Coming to the podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Miller.
I wanted to tweet this today, but I was like, I am not putting any negative energy out there. I'm going to stay as positive as I possibly can. But what I wanted to say after I saw your tweet, T, was I don't want any more updates on Roman Anthony until it's something positive. Like, don't tell me every 4 days that he hasn't swung a bat and that he's still just sitting down there in Florida and what. Like, I don't, like, for me, it's out of sight, out of mind. I don't want to think about him because if he comes back, great. But if he's just going to sit down there and rot, then like I don't need to think about that. Like that makes me sad and depressed. So no updates. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like in general.
I just don't understand how like they framed it all as it's pain tolerance. Like once he can handle it, we're good to go. Like it's just going to be varying levels of dealing with this pain, but that's okay. Like there's no ability to re-injure yourself or anything like that happening. And now it's like he can't feel an ounce of pain before he touches a baseball bat again. That is just, I don't know. I know we talk a lot about the injury stuff and whether some of it's fair.
What is it?
It just tells you they mishandled it very badly early on. I think they did not fully understand the injury and the situation. And if it's now something where you don't want him to play through pain, why? Why were you okay with it a couple months ago? Was it because you were desperate back then? It was that bad? Now that the team's in a better place, you're willing to be more patient? Is it how the players responded to it?
I would love to hear his side.
I always think that's so silly, though. It's like forcing him back to be a worse version of himself when he's already trying to figure out who he is in the bigs and what his potential is to save your season. That wasn't going to happen.
Didn't we not see enough to know what his potential
No,
was
we
last
did,
year?
but like a watered down version
Yeah.
of that's hurt is going to save the season? Likely not.
No, I'm not saying to bring him back hurt. I'm just saying I think we know how good he can be.
No, for sure. But
level.
still, I'm just saying this early in his career, it's just a totally unfair position to be in. The expectation that he was going to come back not ready to go and just like carry these guys.
This is 2010 Jacoby Ellsbury all over again.
It's Tristan Casas all over again.
Well, Casas was like like my ribs exploded. I got stabbed and shot and all this. And then he just kept getting hurt. And it is what it is.
I'm only talking about the initial rib injury, but like they haven't really learned anything since then. 2010 is a completely different world. Like with everybody who has worked here in these recent years, like they still aren't doing a good job with rehab of their young, like all-star caliber guys.
We've talked about it a couple times recently on the podcast, comparing Connor Griffin's torn tendon in his left ring finger versus the torn ligament in Roman Anthony's hand. To me, it looks like the Red Sox saw the way the Pirates approached it with Connor Griffin and said, that probably made way more sense. We should have acted that way, so now we're going to act that way. That's how I took it.
What do you mean?
Where we're going to shut him down indefinitely, and we're not going to even make it a conversation. He's going to go get right, and then he's going to come back. We're not going to sit here and try 8 different ways for you to start swinging within 24 hours, then give it a couple days and try again. Oh, it didn't work. Back off a couple more days. Let's try it one more time. Fuck, it's still not okay. It's like when you have a young player of this magnitude and you're handling him as kind of rushing him to get back out there because of the way you built the roster, you put yourself in stupid situations like that.
And I wonder, to be fair, how much the Pirates learned from watching us fuck them up.
Probably. I guarantee that's a significant portion. But even Roman, it's like you picture plugging him into everything that's going on here. You want to talk about some uncomfortable conversations that are about to happen. That would be right at the front of them because the roster would change dramatically in terms of how you operate it with the DH spot, second base. Like a lot of guys would be impacted by that.
What do you mean?
If Roman Anthony came back tomorrow,
Yeah.
what's going to happen to how are you plugging him into left field? Is that what you're doing? What would you do?
He's DH the rest of the year.
I mean,
In this scenario, they're waiting for him to be fully healthy, right?
I don't think that he's at any further risk of injury by playing left field. It's by getting more plate appearances. I think it would be a matter of easing him back in once he came back versus playing the field, not playing the field. And like Jarren Duran has not earned his spot there. So if that's the position that Roman Anthony plays when he comes back, it's like, here you go, like play left field. Unless Duran gets red hot, but he hasn't done that.
He did in
He
May.
had what, the month of June? No, was it June or May?
June.
May.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
May.
it was May.
Home runs or whatever.
I don't know why I listened.
I don't think it's that hard a conversation.
Yeah.
But Jahmai Jones was your DH half this series, and Jaren's your left fielder, and he's been mainly awful this year.
I think that's where you get into the point where if you're going to move Roman to left field and you're now handling Jahmai Jones and what you want to do with Jarren Duran, what happens to Masataka Yoshida? How is the roster working with the same flexibility that you currently have where seemingly everyone has a pathway there? This circles back to kind of what me and Coley were talking about last episode where quickly some DFA conversations would kind of rise to the top and some of the guys hanging on the outside, I think, are some of the character guys that have been part of this.
Who's the DFA guy?
It'd probably be Yoshida at that point in time.
You
Dude's
can't.
hitting 400.
That's what I'm saying, though. We're talking about guys who are getting things right. Like, it would shake up the way the roster is currently functioning quite a bit.
You think
Where's Romy slotting in?
Romy, I don't think it's affected too much because I think it's like a Siegler, him platoon. But I do think like Jahmai Jones was just DFA'd and traded for a player to be named later. Like he's a righty, so it's a different look, but it would cost them nothing to get rid of him. Like he would be the first DFA, even if, like you're saying, because then Romy is that right-handed bat theoretically, even if they want multiple.
It depends on what you're doing at second base at that point in time and where he's factoring in.
Of course, yeah.
With Siegler, so that would be my question where if you're going to start mixing and matching, because I think the Jahmai Jones move told you, and I know there were people that weren't super happy that Nate Eaton didn't get a longer leash in the big leagues, but that told me they view Jarren Duran simply as a platoon player for the rest of the year.
Maybe. I don't think that's crazy.
Or pretty close to that. Like today, you got both of them in the lineup, but I think that was more trying to give guys breather. Siegler apparently was pretty gassed.
Played 4 games in 3 days, yeah.
Yeah, the way they had described it. So I don't know. I do think those are like going to be interesting storylines to follow as guys get healthy. And who knows, Roman might never get healthy this year.
If you're getting Roman back, if you're getting like Roman,
a lot of the guys
back
that people like,
I'll deal with the other shit. Like if you're getting anything close to that,
no,
whatever.
of course, but they all exist in these kind of world where the conversation around the team's changing quite a bit.
When did he go down? May?
May 4th.
May the 4th be with
Jesus
you.
Christ. Speaking of interesting storylines, Coley, I thought of you immediately when I saw that the Padres might be open for business to attach Mason Miller to Xander Bogaerts let's make a deal, man.
Is that true? I didn't see that. That's
Yeah,
very
they said the report was that the San Diego Padres would be willing to attach Mason Miller to Xander Bogaerts to completely offload his contract.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not do that?
Oh, I'd do it tomorrow. I'd be like, this is excellent.
Yeah. Then you trade Chappie too? Nah. No.
I'm keeping
I'm
Chappie.
kidding. No, of course you would. You would do it because Chapman. Oh, then that's different. Yeah, I mean, I thought you were going to talk about the A's seemingly being 24.
That's a fun one.
I saw Kurtz too before. I don't know how real that was. That was like the Grok headline shit on the side. So that could mean it. Nick Kurtz is signed. That could mean anything.
I think that was just that they offered him $130 million and he was nowhere near interested in that. So it's like, all right, at some point, maybe we'll trade him. I can't imagine. They do
Not
that
yet. No, they got to at least get to Vegas before they do that.
Yeah. But Bangaliers, though.
Folks. That, I mean, is there anyone more built for Fenway Park, like right now?
I think the conversation, that was going to be the other one.
Sure.
But you're not getting the same defensive chops, right?
I don't give a fuck. He has 30 home runs right now and is also like he's getting stronger. We're like, I love Bangaliers, but it was kind of like a hot start that tailed off where it's like Hunter Goodman hit 3 home runs today. And he hits better on the road than he does at Coors. So you don't even have to worry about the Coors field factor.
Both are major pull air percentage guys. Right now,
that makes Craig Breslow fucking rock solid.
He's in a different planet. 30.9. Langoliers 21.2, but you want to talk a guy, especially in Goodman. He's on the road. He's been better than he has been at home.
Yeah, I do like, even when that's true, like Arenado was a guy I was high on coming out of Colorado and really the only guy I've ever been high on. Coming out of Colorado, like I do wonder, like you just see such different pitching than any other person in the league from like you just see breaking balls differently. Do you lose some of that when you no longer have such stark differences home road? I mean, Langoliers' last 3 years has 82 home runs and 804 OPS, 121 OPS plus. Like this isn't just like a 1 year thing. This is just the kind of guy he is.
It is interesting to look at them both defensively too, because like Langoliers, great in the run game. He's going to give you that excellent pop time. Horrendous framer, doesn't block very well. But then you go to Hunter Goodman, who on the other end blocks really well, horrendous framer, and he's not bad in the run game overall. So like, still only 26 years old. Those feel like the kind of names they should be calling on. And with Breslow, we know he's been pretty obsessed over the catching spot in a way I don't think the fan base has like talked about in that way. Like everyone's looking at Lindor and we're talking Jeremy Pena. They were calling about Dalton rushing. They were calling on Kyle Teal after they traded him over and over again. Like they clearly are looking for what they view as a catcher of the future, a catcher for the franchise moving forward. And, you know, it's not going to be Franklin Primera, but maybe that guy's shipped out for one of these guys.
Yeah, Bangaliers having his bat in the lineup. I really don't. I'm not going to say I don't care about the defense, but for him, it would be bad. Goodman, too. Like, Goodman obviously rakes. He came to Fenway last year and raked. That's what I tweeted out. Who the fuck is Hunter Goodman? And the Colorado Rockies fans were like, he's fucking really good. I was like, all right, now I know. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, shortstop. I mean, if nothing would make me happy, nothing would say we're back, Jerry, than just taking Xander's fat fucking contract and just having him around again.
I'd love to have him at the ball yard. Just love seeing him. I get happy when I see Xander Bogaerts. That's all it takes.
What else would we have to? What would we be giving if because we're getting Mason Miller obviously in this deal? What would we be giving?
Are we offloading like a deal here, or are we going to get like Trevor Story off the books and say like you take him, go deal with him for 2 years, and now you're not under contract for the next 8?
It would have to be more like we don't have anyone bad signed for long. You know what I mean? Like it's him and Yoshida that just the next 2 years. It's not forever.
I don't know, man, what Xander's really gonna give moving forward here. The bad is
you're not
dark times.
Like, here's what you're looking at right now doesn't account for it. T coming home.
I hear you on that.
Well, like is he gonna be the guy? Like 2018 or 2019 was his best year. Is he going to be? No, definitely not. Is he going to be better than all of Trevor Story's career here? Yeah, probably. And I mean that on both sides of the ball.
Age 34, he's going to give you that much?
That
next
more
year?
Than this year, Trevor Story? Yeah. Last year, first half Story? Yeah. The previous 4 years, Trevor Story? Yeah, definitely.
Him and Story were essentially the same player last year.
What if I punched you through the internet?
It's just reality.
How about that?
Technically, I think Trevor Story had a better WAR.
Definitely after the second half he had, yeah. But Xander was also like 97th percentile fielder last year.
Yeah. So last year, Xander Bogaerts had a 2.1 B WAR. Trevor Story was at 4.1.
I bet.
Same OPS plus, basically, between the two guys last year.
Yeah, it's like 4%.
Yeah, 102 to 106.
About 20 more games for Story, so that factors in. I don't know if Xander. I love the idea of it, but
how long is Miller under control?
3 more years after this?
That's a lot of years, T.
That is a lot of years. If I were the Padres, I'd completely rip it down. That's what they should do. Start shipping out that bullpen. It ain't happening. Earliest he is a free agent is 2030. 27, 28, 29.
All right, make it happen.
That'd be who, like, would he be your 8th inning guy? What happens there? You want to talk about adding new problems? Now we have, yeah. Where did Whitlock go?
7th.
Like what?
I see a lot of people pushing for a Chapman trade still. I honestly, I'm surprised, Coley. I haven't heard that out of you yet.
I just said it when we said we're going to. I know you don't listen to other people talk, but I said if we got Mason Miller, I was like, oh, then you still trade Chapman.
Oh no, I was speaking just in general. Like if they don't add a big time reliever and say Guerrero, Slayton, Whitlock, 7, 8, 9, let it rip.
Yeah, I mean, I could see how people would be like, I could see Willson like just tearing apart the clubhouse if they did that. And that's not like a reason to not do it. Like Craig's already starting to talk like last year when he took Duran off, like he publicly announced Duran was coming off the trade block, like specifically because of the locker room. Like that, I get that's him trying to interpret the human element. And it's why I was also calling for this shit months ago because they'd be fucking over it by now. But it's like, that's not a good way to like run your whole vision board. And I've also been thinking about Craig, like when times were bad, he was kind of the only guy in Boston being like, our vision is way better than this for these guys. I don't know if he can't be adding if his guys are now doing what he always envisioned. Like that, to me, that's not a guy who needs to add if that's what he was saying the whole time, even when they stunk. Now, obviously injuries have come into play. So if you're trying to replace guys like that, that's different, but I don't know. It's very strange. Like I'm not trying to talk about the trade deadline because times are good right now and I'm not trying to be a downer, but the rest of the AL is so bad. I think you could still sell some guys and still end up in the same place. Like I don't
24 is really funny when you look at the way Craig spoke too, where like a month out, he's like, buyers, we are buying and we are going to be aggressive and like very measured comments today. And I understand it. Like I'm fine with him having measured comments. I don't think you need to come out and make some crazy statement. What'd you say, Jared?
He's learning.
Yeah, it's as we talk about. Do you view Craig Breslow through the light of almost a MLB position player prospect or any kind of prospect where you knew there was going to be some real big mistakes they make those first couple of years, but are you going to develop into this premier CBO or GM that people kind of thought you would maybe be in a couple years if you got some more experience in another organization? And I think those are the growing pains the Red Sox have been trying to live through.
Now that we've gotten kind of to this other side of the 2026 Red Sox season, this new chapter, if you will, it does remind you that when a team is underperforming so much, there's really nothing a GM, a CBO, anybody in that position can say that's going to matter. And essentially everything they say is going to be destroyed. Because like if you look at it from Breslow's perspective, he wasn't necessarily wrong. It's just that no one wanted to hear it. Like if you're going to consistently hit everybody with, well, we're expecting a lot of guys are going to live up to their potential. It's like, well, they suck, dude. Every night I tune the TV on, these guys can't do XYZ. They can't come back from 2 runs down. They can't get big swings when they need to. I don't care what the hell your projections are saying. It's not happening. There's always that element of it as a GM where you probably go home at night, talk to your wife and just be like, they're just not doing what they're supposed to do, and I can't do anything about it. Like there has to be that helpless feeling, right? Where you're like, it's not supposed to be. Sure. There's a percentage of this that's always, it's not supposed to be going like this, but it is, and you just got to sit in that. And I think Craig had to do that for so long. So part of him now has to be like, all right, guys, like, am I the stupidest person of all time now? Like, probably not. It's interesting seeing both sides of it, where when you're in the mud and when it's like the second worst team or on pace to be ever, you can't say anything that's not going to get destroyed. And we all kind of accurately were like, come on, dude, like, what are you even talking about? But now you get on the other side, it gives you a little bit of the other look at it, like a different perspective of like, well, you can be right when the product is still not completely right. And I'm not saying right to like the full extent. Like, obviously, it's still a team that has some holes.
There's still 500
No, again, this isn't like he won, dude. Like he's popping bottles and all that. But it's more
course.
just it always reminds you as a fan that there's always going to be that chance that things just don't go right for the team. And there was like not much you could have done when everybody's playing under performance, when you're losing two of your best players to injury. Like, it's hard to say anything that's going to satisfy people.
Yeah, there are cursed seasons that no one can do.
And you just got to eat it. And that's and I'm just stunned that this ended up not, at least as of right now, being like the worst season ever. Who knows what happens the rest of the way, and he's probably at least getting some sleep back, because there had to be some long nights there during that stretch.
If you're Craig, you can
a lot of fist bumps in that Breslow box.
Hit me, big dog. Yeah, that was funny.
If you're Craig, though, and where the team is right now, man, you can paint quite the injury narrative
easily
and really kind of sit there and look pretty damn good. Because when we talk about, no, he could though. Like if you're sitting there,
he should not.
If I told you a lot of those things didn't happen, I don't think anyone would have the Red Sox where they are right now. I think that's just the truth. And when you mix in the offseason where he should be ridiculed for the handling of Jarren Duran as an asset, I will stay firm on that. When just about every signing
Did you trade Jarren
and trade
Duran,
you made,
T?
yes. But I felt that way before anything happened.
What the hell are you talking about?
Back to the important stuff with Craig Breslow. If you
about?
could point to the moves he made over the offseason, and now you also have like seemingly a validating thing with the Alex Cora firing and the coaching staff being like, look, things have turned around, things are changing. And he had a comment in that Mass Live article today, which was the first one where I've like, that felt pointed towards Alex Cora, almost a victory lap. And it was, listen, I'm a Cora guy. I'll tip my cap on that. It was a banger quote. I'll read it here for you.
Yeah, read the quote.
The guys deserve a ton of credit. The players, the coaching staff, for just every day, grind and find ways to win. We've got a long way to go, but what you're seeing is what the group is capable of when there's a belief in each other and confidence. And the coaches, the players, and the front office are operating in lockstep. There's the feeling that everybody's pulling in the same direction, everybody's in it for each other, and everyone's really just embodying what it means to be a team. Like, if you want to say we're all going in the same direction, we're all in the same lockstep, like, that's kind of like being like, look, what I burnt down in April is seemingly working for everyone, and now we're all moving at the same pace. Like, that's going to be another thing he can point to beyond the offseason moves and the injuries and be like, how much blame are you looking at me for this year, in all honesty?
I would take
doesn't change the Dever shit. Like,
I'm ready to
so
take the
pissed off
interim
about
tag
that.
off of Chad Tracy tomorrow.
I think either way that's going through the year, right? I'd be pretty surprised if that happens during the season.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I don't think, because the second that they do that and then they lose fucking...
then everybody gets fired.
Games,
Yeah, then he gets canned.
Fire this fucking guy. Yeah. You can't do that in season. But all that to say, I think that he's at least proven that he can do this.
Wanted to ask the fellas something, and I had tweeted this out on Twitter. We'll never call it X. John Henry.
You can't talk about Twitter on the show.
Oh, yep, sorry. John Henry has been at so many games this year, and it's to the point where the amount of times they show him in the booth, I'm like, this guy just loves him some Boston Red Sox, man. He can't get enough of this team, to the point where it's like times were so bad, and he's like, I'm sticking with him. I'm not going to talk to anybody. I'm just going to show up and watch my team play some ball. I'm only bringing this up to say
that's the dream.
I genuinely can't remember John Henry being at this many Red Sox games. Like, when the hell was he at the park?
I think there's a difference. I think he's been around. I don't think he wanted to be seen. I think he made sure there wasn't a focus on getting a picture of him or a video. And McAdam talked about this, where like
he's own
like, no,
where else you
talk to people.
He's in the owner's box.
Yeah. And Mick Adams spoke about this, where he goes, you talk to people around the organization. What?
See?
And Mick Adams spoke about this. He's like,
Mick
you speak
Adams.
to people. I don't know what the fuck
Wait,
you're
T?
saying.
We were listening to the quote.
I don't remember what it was. You should.
It was
go
from
ahead and
Mick
say it.
Adams.
Coley hit it.
Oh, thank you. That's who it was. Yep, go Coley. He was like talking to people around Fenway. It's like, no, he was around this much. I think he's making a point, whether it's talking to Nesson or whether it's getting kind of some of these shots that pop up on the broadcast. Like, oh, there's this narrative. We're getting sell the team chance. People are talking like this. Here I am. I'm present. I'm doing this stuff because, like, he's not really backing off the way he's operated. We got that Fangraphs article in the last week, basically doubling down on his approach to the media overall. So he's like, I'm not going to give you the quote, but yeah, you'll see me. You can't say I'm an absentee owner if I'm around the ballpark.
That's true. That is true, T.
I agree.
I just feel like he was being
I
as
agree.
seen when they sucked this year as he is now that they're doing well. So it
Big
just
time.
caught me off guard that
He's around.
that he's just been at
Off guard.
he's caught me off guard that he's been at this many games this year. Didn't expect it.
I like it. I like that he doesn't talk to the media.
Yeah, it's never gonna go well. If I'm him,
So-
at
And,
this point, I wouldn't.
and taunts them about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, and here's
So
why I
John
don't.
Henry's
He keeps saying
point-
why he does. We know, John. We know it doesn't go well. Like we've been
So
through this.
he's 100% right. Every time he talks, everyone gets mad. So if I'm John Henry, I'm looking at it as every time that I don't talk, yes, people are angry about that, but when I do talk, they're way angry.
The lack of
So
words, you can't put that on a headline. Just the non-existent quotes. It's like whatever. I didn't say
Sure.
anything, so you can't really quote me
Yeah.
on it. I think he'd rather that
Write the
hate
story
than the
about
other
how
hate.
I didn't talk.
He'd
again.
rather that
Yeah,
because that's been written
gonna
1,000
get
times. Like, give me that over
Yeah.
the words.
72 clicks. John Henry didn't talk again. Who gives a fuck?
He could also just like talk better though.
He's not good at
He
talking.
could do that.
That's what he's got Sam for.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
he
what he said on
crushes
the
it.
fan-
Yeah,
Fangraphs
I would
email.
argue he's not great at it, but it's he at least his word count's a lot higher than John's. That's for sure.
No doubt.
Oh,
No doubt.
infinitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care if he talks.
Mm.
I mean, obviously it's interesting fodder for the show, but if we didn't do the show and I was just a fan that watched on TV, I wouldn't give a flying fuck if John Henry ever spoke.
I will tell you, Sam Kennedy is excited to the next time they have him in that Nesson booth. He's going to be so excited to talk. Like those
Oh.
words are going to be coming out. They're going to be flowing. And look, like this is what we expected. This is what we thought would happen. Da da da. Get ready for that.
How was did you run into anyone over there when you were at, because I didn't go on Friday. Did you see anyone around there,
Like who?
Steven? Anyone, like any like Red Sox people? Because I'm genuinely curious how they're acting.
Well, I wasn't on the field before the game. Avoided that.
Oh, because it was a doubleheader.
Solely because it was a doubleheader. And so, yeah, that was 100% why. Or else I would have been down there.
Why?
I
What-
would have been
why
chatting
wouldn't
it
you
up
have been
with
down there?
everybody if that wasn't the case. But no, I didn't really bump into anybody like with the team. We were more just trying to get shots of the dudes hitting home runs and putting down squeezes and all that. Squeeze.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But get ready though.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'll
long
be back on
homestand.
that Friday.
Those dudes will have the headset on. I wouldn't be stunned if Tom Warner's talking to TC in the upcoming series here. That could happen.
Dude, I want to talk to TC.
Shut him out.
Oh yeah, we get the views tomorrow night. Tonight. That's gonna suck. Don't blame if they don't make it 14. That's not my fucking fault. Please.
Is it Tolle?
Yep.
Dude, it should just be called unobstructed Tolle. Every start. I love it though, because you always have a fucking great chance to win a ball game.
I will say, Jerry, the sign of a good
mhm.
commercial on Nesson is if you don't get super sick of it by like mid-season. The one that you did with Alana and Jared, you're Jared, and
Jared.
Jonathan Papelbon
Pappy.
and Big Pappy,
Yeah.
as they call
Pappy.
him, Big Pap.
Yeah.
That's a good one where you get kind of bumped into by the camera. Like I haven't gotten sick of that one yet, so it's a sign of some good acting.
Yeah, the camera is kind of like if you're playing, like wiffle ball in the street and then a car is
Mhm.
coming, you're like, car. So it's like that, but it's like a robot camera.
Yeah, it's not
So
bad.
it's like, oh, timeout, because it was a camera.
It doesn't top last year's where you
Yeah.
said super fan, but it's close enough.
I like this one the
That's
most.
a good one.
Out of every commercial, it's probably my favorite commercial I've ever
Yeah.
done for any.
Might get a trophy or something. Or I don't know if it's as good
Maybe
as
that'll
Charlie
get me
Moore's
in.
commercials.
Dude, after the Sox game today, I just like had Nesson on. They had like Charlie Moore's Christmas special on. I'm like, what are we doing, man?
It's incredible.
Can't we get Lenny DiNardo talking about the Sox? Just fucking just put a camera on Lenny and just let him rip.
Mm-hmm.
He's whatever segment they do pregame, he's like 5 for 5 calling who's going to home run. Like he had Willson
best.
yesterday.
Lenny's awesome.
Him and Kostig's, which we haven't even. Kostig's has been around a lot recently. I feel like that's been awesome.
Sundays, home Sundays.
Yeah, it's just it's a joy every time I hear him.
Every time. Things are good right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope they stay good. That's all.
Give me 3 more. Let's set the record.
Coley, question for you. If the winning streak is still going by this weekend, can we get you to come to Fenway on Friday?
I was going to go this previous Friday, but I genuinely didn't go because of the doubleheader. I did think that was going to mess with. I made that decision Wednesday before things happened.
What happened?
Things.
I mean,
I have no clue what the hell he's talking about.
what the fuck is he even saying? Wait, that didn't answer my question.
It felt like a yes. I don't know. Maybe.
It didn't feel like anything to me.
If the streaks, what's this Friday? They get the Sox.
Yeah, the Sox are going to be playing.
We got an off day Thursday.
Off day Thursday,
I
yeah.
believe.
If the streak's still going,
Monday
they'd be
through Wednesday,
coming off
Orioles.
setting the Red Sox record for most wins in a row.
I mean, you want to talk superstitions, wouldn't I? Shouldn't I not?
I
go?
would lean that too, because then if they lose, it's people. Well, I'm not saying Coley's right. 'Cause
They
if
would-
they lost,
they
then they would
blame
blame
me.
Coley.
You
Jared,
would
you
blame
ain't
me.
doing the
Yeah,
notebook.
what the hell?
You can't
said,
speak.
Like that would be different.
Yeah.
Like, come on, what's that face? Coley just said it himself.
Processing.
Steve, do you think the same people are going to Fenway every fucking night?
No, but like,
Maybe.
I don't know. Now that
Sure,
we're
but I'm-
talking about it,
I'm not.
Yeah, he's not.
Listen, if they carry this streak till September 8th,
T.
I'd argue Coley counts more than one person.
a fat joke.
No, it's a high.
This guy gets a new fucking white T-shirt, starts dropping weight, and he's lobbing
you
him
want
out.
this guy
It's
out of here?
ridiculous.
It's a height.
You want this guy out of here, Coley?
Coley isn't
Should I get
fat.
this guy
Coley has a
wins?
good body shape.
No, I don't. Don't lie to me.
I like the way your body looks.
That wasn't even me.
He cut me off for that. He cut me
that's
off
true.
to be like this
Yeah.
fat, so he doesn't even fit in the seats. You got to count him like when you fly and you're of a certain weight. You got to buy extra seats. That's me at Fenway.
man.
T.
T's like, I'm just a former fatty. I can say whatever I want now. I'm just gonna cut.
I was gonna say I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of you.
Yeah.
Hey, T, motherfucker.
I'm sorry, Coley.
That is crazy.
Cut
Guy-
me off to do that.
You forgot
Crazy.
where he came from for a second.
I'm still fat.
Down 25,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, I don't think
We're
anyone-
getting there.
Like you're noticeable weight loss territory now.
Yeah.
We're gonna double it.
That sounds like you're adding the
you
weight back
noticing it?
on. Okay, you
I feel like it's harder to notice when you're the guy. Are you noticing it?
Yeah, my neck. I didn't have a neck for.
I will say
See-
the
see-
easiest way to notice it, like old promos will pop up. And I noticed that with myself. Like I probably lost like 11 or 12 since the off season. And I'm like, oh, that's a whale over there. Like when you see the old promo, it's all in the face. Like you can always see it. And you definitely look lighter, T.
Thank you. I will say, Steve, whenever Steve talks about his weight and he calls himself a fatty, it makes me feel even more fat because I'm like, if Steve sees himself this way over 10 pounds, being around 200 pounds, I was like, what does he think of me being 5'10 and being like 100 pounds heavier
Well,
than that
here's
actually
the
is?
deal.
But beyond
T,
that-
I think beards help. Beards help. If we're talking about face weight, like
Okay.
beards can hide a lot. I don't have that. A mustache
take.
doesn't really hide
Yeah,
face
I thi-
weight.
That's why T, I think you got to go tighter with the beard to show off.
Give him you got to give him some more pounds. You got to give him at least 15 more pounds before he does that.
All right, fine. But when we get there, I feel like if he goes tighter, it'll accentuate the weight loss.
Definitely. You're not wrong. It's just too early.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Looking good, T.
So no, if they're still winning, no.
Yeah.
You're
You
not
don't
going to
respect
go to
that,
Fenway.
Jared? I'm surprised that you don't agree
Same
with
reason.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying I don't respect it. I'm just saying like
I don't think I can.
Am I allowed to go?
You should definitely be on the top step.
They'll let me sit in the dugout for the game.
yeah.
That's the top guy they want in there. Tyler Milliken. Come on down.
At the
man.
very least, you got to come on the field for BP.
Me? I haven't been scared to before.
Why would you be scared now?
Yeah.
I feel like I missed something.
You talking
You didn't.
superstitions or what?
No, just anything could happen.
Well, or couldn't.
A bird could fly down and take me out.
Klark's Ketchup Series MVP is brought to you by Klark's Ketchup. Drizzle that ketchup.
Man, this is going to be one hell of a ketchup vote. People are calling it the series of the season. People are calling it the series that defined a season. That's fair. That's fair. To set the tone for this Klark's Ketchup Series MVP, the first vote belongs to Tyler Milliken, who I'm seeing an overwhelming amount of support for on the internet. It must be because they trust this man to make the first vote for this ketchup.
Well, this very man I did show a lot of support for when he was a prospect. And who would that be? That is Willson Abreu, who 2 games in this series, he hit 2 home runs in. Only the second player to do it in back-to-back games at Fenway Park ever. Absolutely insane. I believe George Scott was the other one who did it in 1971.
What was his nickname?
George Scott? Scotty G.
It was Boomer.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe he was credited with being the first person to call home runs taters as well.
Why did they give that to so many people, Boomer? There's a lot of people that had like the Boomer nickname of that era.
He might have been the first.
Shout out all Boomers. But yeah, I am going to go with Willson Abreu, who had those games, the first game where he reached twice. Didn't have as much in this final game overall, but it felt like that home run when you had the entire team in amazement, coming back from down 3 runs for the first time all year. I don't know how you don't show some love to that. In terms of packets and handing out ketchup to everybody, I think there's a bunch of guys. I'm going to give one to Chad Tracy for sure. The entire Red Sox bullpen, we can go down the list of names, but all of those guys showed up again and again in this series. Jake Bennett, take one. Sonny Gray, take one. Dave O'Brien, take one. Wally with an all-time sweep dance. He's getting a packet from me as well. He's been giving his best out there. And yeah, it's hard right now not to give a packet to everyone. I almost want to give one to everyone on the roster.
The McMahon.
Yeah, shout out the Sox. Packet to Willson for not just coming back from suspension and just keeping it going, but put on a hell of a show in Philly. Just a hell of a show during the Derby, which we haven't touched on a ton. I know you guys did clean 40 on it. So just shout him out coming back, not missing a step. People forget he got hurt as well as suspended. So it was nice to see that didn't matter at all.
No.
I do hate how much of a layup this one is, because I would like that, like Packet to T. They clearly have like an effigy in the locker room that they burn of him and his face before every game. You could argue it's what's gelled them together throughout all this. Packet to Craig. If you're gonna give a packet to Chad, Craig's the guy who put him in that position. So packet to Craig for that. and pack it to Chad because they're just playing differently. But I mean, this is Willier by a lot. If you had 4 home runs over 2 games, like that's going to get it for you more often than not.
Stevie stats.
Yeah, pack it to WC40 for just keeping it going, man. I thought he was going to go deep in that game. I didn't know it was going to be that first at-bat. And he gave that classic reaction like, this is my shit, here we go, bomb-o, getting the crowd going after Willier already got it started. Pack it to Fenway for being electric this weekend. Like,
yeah.
I know I already alluded to it, but it just feels like we've all collectively agreed to ignore what happened earlier in the year and be like, you know what? This is the unofficial second half of the season. Who cares if we sucked in the first half here? We're 4-0 since the All-Star break at Fenway Park. Let's ride that buzz. Pack it to Jahmai Jones for now being my second favorite Jahmai at Fenway Park. He had a really, really good weekend. Pack it to Cap. Good weekend for Cap. 1,500 OPS in this homestand, so that was really cool. Pack it to Jaylen Brown. Red Sox undefeated since Jaylen Brown was sent to the Philadelphia 76ers, so clearly Jaylen Brown was holding back this Red Sox team. But yeah, it's Willier Abreu. I think, sorry, Coley. I think his bat chuck, he knew that was the right time for it, which is great. Because I think there are dudes, Caminero comes to mind sometimes, maybe some over-the-top reactions, but that one felt so fitting for the moment. I know Rafaela mentioned it after the game, too. He's like, no, I've seen that before, but it's when I was watching the WBC. That's when I saw him do that. So was the right time to then bring that WBC vibe to the game. I could believe he hit the homer and couldn't believe it at the same time. That's kind of how improbable yet probable that 2-run shot was. It really is crazy they got him for 3 months of Christian Vasquez. I just constantly think about that all the time when I can't go to bed. My Clark's Ketchup Series MVP is Willier Abreu.
For me, Ceddanne Rafaela had 8 total bases in this series. Willson Contreras had 8 total bases in this series. If you add those together, T, how many total bases is that?
What'd you say? Sorry, my internet cut out. You said I heard 17.
Ceddanne Rafaela had 8 total bases in this series. Willson Contreras had 8 total bases in this series. They were tied for second most total bases in the series. If you added them together, what number is that? How many do you get?
16.
Willier Abreu had 17 by himself in this series. 4 homers. Only had 5. He had 5 hits in the series. 4 of them went over the wall. Scored 5 runs. Drove in 6. Very clear to me that Willier Abreu is the Klark's Ketchup MVP vote for me. Pack it to Caleb Durbin. Actually led the Red Sox in hits this series with 6. Obviously, pack it to WC40. Pack it to Massa, who just keeps on doing what he does, man. You just dial him up, and he's like, you need a homer? Fine. Whatever, dude. I'll join Steve. Pack it to Fenway. It was really awesome to see the energy in the ballpark this weekend. And then pack it to OB. Pack it to OB. I think it's a moment, despite how big it can be in the game, can fall flat if the call doesn't match the energy. And he matched the energy and really scratched that itch that I've been hoping to have scratched all season long. Pack it to OB. All right, on to the panel. First vote, Chris Cotillo.
Uh-oh.
Willier Abreu. Yeah. TC, he says Willier Abreu. OB's talking Sox and voting for Willier Abreu. The number 1 Jahmai. He's voting for Willier Abreu. Lenny DiNardo. Leonardo Eduardo DiNardo voted for Willier Abreu. Will Middlebrooks voted for Willier Abreu. Adam Pellerin voted for Wilyer Abreu. Lou Merlone. Will Fleming was off, so he had submitted a solo Ketchup. Lou Merlone, he voted for Wilyer Abreu with 94% of the votes. The Ketchup crew on our Patreon, patreon.com/section10podcast, and you can vote for Klark's Ketchup Series MVP. The Ketchup crew on our Patreon, 94% voted for Wilyer Abreu, which brings us to none other than the Ketchup King himself, Will Fleming.
I repeat, holy fucking shit. How the fuck did we get here? Oh, I don't care. It's glorious. Probably a quick one for me today. I didn't do the games this weekend, but I'm not going to miss out on 13 in a fucking row. What a magical ride. What a turnaround. We get to have a season again. And I think that's my kind of main message tonight is, first of all, I can't wait to get back to Fenway. It looks like the most fun place on earth, as it should be, as it can be, as it was meant to be. And I think that's been the hard part in these last few years when it's not always gone great, is you just know what it can be. And I think these 4 games in 3 days just bottled all of that up. And I'm so excited to sit back in that booth and just let the crowd broadcast with me. They were incredible, and the team is incredible. The vibes are immaculate. The toughness, I think, is the main thing that stands out to me, where it doesn't fucking matter how the game starts. We're going to find a way to answer. We're going to tie it. We're going to take a lead immediately. And, of course, it doesn't hurt to have a couple badasses who are carrying your team. I assume this is a very easy catch-up. But packets are due again. Yoshida was just unreal, sort of as they set the tone coming back out of the break. And, you know, it's almost like a season-long, winning streak-long achievement award for Willson Contreras, who just continues to get big knock after big knock. And, you know, I really think that people don't quite understand, not being around the team, what a life force he is. I mean, everywhere he goes, guys are gravitating toward him, and they're pushed by him. And I think that some of the things that have started to happen with the Klark's Ketchup Series MVP reflect that. Because I think we sort of saw this in the World Baseball Classic, the absolute bat flip tomahawk, which we know that Willson majors in. I think a little bit of that sort of loving intensity is rubbing off on our right fielder. And it's impossible to overstate what a run he's on right now and what it could look like for the next 10 days. By the way, fuck the Cleveland Guardians, fuck the Oakland Athletics. Let's win 40 in a row.
Yeah.
The Klark's Ketchup Series MVP is Wilyer motherfucking Abreu.
Wilyer Abreu, unanimous. That's no small thing. Unanimous Klark's Ketchup Series MVP, Wilyer Abreu. Steven, historical context?
Historical context is that Wilyer Abreu is already on the very limited unanimous list. He's done it a couple times so far. Jarren Duran, I believe, has done it at least 3 times. That list also includes Trevor Story and Rafael Devers.
Wow. There you go. Very cool and deserved. Shout out to Wilyer. Shout out to the Red Sox. What a time to be alive.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Stop and Shop supermarkets have a major announcement. We repeat, don't shop for your groceries anywhere else.
Yeah, Stop and Shop. Yeah, Stop and Shop. And what's great about these tangerines, look how easy they peel. Just like that. And loaded, loaded with nutritional value. Yeah, Stop and Shop.
Double kill.
What's better than having a Stop and Shop, getting it done for all of you.
The Stop and Shop look ahead, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. You get 10 cents off your tangerines when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines only at Stop and Shop using the promo code Section 10, but it only works at the register, and you have to say Section 10. Okay, it is a 3-game series against the red-hot Baltimore Orioles, who have won 7 consecutive baseball games, as we mentioned previously in the program. T, I saw your tweet about Ranger Suarez. He threw today. They're going to see how he feels tomorrow. Like, there's no chance he's going to start this middle game, right? He's like in line to be. They haven't ruled it out, but like, what would you put the odds at?
Tracy seemed pretty happy about where he was at. I'd say at least 50%.
Okay. All right.
It would probably be on a limited pitch count. That would be the
sure.
one thing. But maybe it makes sense to match him with either Rivera or Bayo, and that's how you get through that game.
Okay. All right. Unobstructed views only on Nesson 360, Nesson Plus, and I believe on Twitter as well and YouTube. Unobstructed views Monday night. It's Peyton Tolle. You'd never believe this. Peyton Tolle's on the mound for unobstructed views. He's 5-6 with a 3.11 ERA, going up against Shane Baz, who is 4-9. See, here's the thing: our guy Connor, who does the notes for the Stop and Shop Lookahead, he's been on vacation for the entire winning streak. He can't come back until the streak's over. Unfortunately, we love Connor. He's been doing the notes for a long, long time, but he can't come back until the
I think
streak's
he'd
over.
understand.
Yeah. Shane Baz, he's 4-9 with a 4.19 ERA. That's your Monday game. Only on Nesson. Tuesday, it's another 7:10 start. Kyle Bradish, who just got paid. Yes, yeah, got some money. He is 6-9 with a 3.61 ERA. And maybe he goes up against Ranger Suarez. Maybe he doesn't. But right now that spot is TBD. But it could be Ranger. Then in the finale, it's a Wednesday. I like this. Night game, 7:10. We haven't really gotten a lot of those. We haven't gotten a lot of the midweek series finale night games.
I hate them.
I mean, it puts us in a unfortunate spot for the podcast record, but it is what it is. It'll be Dean the Cream Machine. How many fucking years has this guy been in the Orioles? I feel like every fucking time that he's on the Stop and Shop look ahead, I'm like, oh yeah, it's Dean the Cream Machine Kramer. I feel like the first time I said that, I was taking an Amtrak back and forth to New York. When was his first season?
COVID.
Was it?
Yeah.
His first season was in 2020?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was still living there at the time. Dean the Cream Machine Kramer is 1-2 with a 4.15 ERA, and he goes up against Jake Bennett. You don't want to see Jake Bennett. That's a bad day at the office. He's 5-3 with a 2.35 ERA in the season.
When I look ahead, and you wind up dead if you don't listen to what Steve says. Even then, you might still wind up dead. Caught in a tornado, get smoked by your neighbor's shed. When I look ahead, when I look ahead, Billy's gummy bears.
Weather look ahead. Brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
You chew them with your mouth, Steve.
You chew them with your mouth, Jerry. The Red Sox continue their longest homestand of the season as they host the Baltimore Orioles in a 3-game set. Game 1, Monday, 7:10 p.m. Eastern. First pitch, 78 degrees. Nope. Mostly
Close,
sunny.
close.
Very close. 0.1% chance of rain. 9-mile-an-hour winds blowing out to center. This one's not awesome. Game 2, Tuesday, 7:10 p.m. Eastern. First pitch, 73 degrees. Thunderstorms.
Oh, Jesus, Steve.
They're scattered, though, so who knows? 45% chance.
Oh! No way!
45% chance of rain.
45?
Could get worse as the game goes along.
Oh, fuck!
12-mile-an-hour winds blowing out
Are we gonna
towards
play?
the monster. I
Are we
can't
gonna
guarantee
play?
that. I'm not putting an SPG on that.
Oh, God. Oh, God. What are they going to do then? What are they going to do if they can't play?
Game 3, Wednesday.
What are they going to do?
I don't know, Jared. They make up games all the time. Game 3, Wednesday, 7:10 p.m. Eastern, first pitch, 78 degrees. Mostly, no, it's not. Mostly sunny. There's an 18% chance of rain. Hoping that holds off. Jared, just in case you're keeping track, I know you always are.
Coley.
I know you don't have it in front of you. What is the weather for Thursday? Because the Orioles are off as well.
Okay, that is interesting because I was curious if they also had the off day. I will get that for you momentarily.
They do. I checked before I raised my hand. I wanted to make sure.
It's beautiful on Thursday.
Okay.
Jared, you know what the temp is on Thursday at 1 p.m.? It's 76 degrees.
Sounds like a great day for baseball.
You know what they should do? They should get ahead of this thing.
cancel
Call
it
Tuesday right
Tuesday.
now. Get that out of here. And then have Thursday at 1 p.m. And that would be, for the record, that would be for the longest winning streak in Red Sox history at 1 p.m. with 76 degrees. With this team, they always win with that. Jared?
I think that they should cancel the first 2 games and then play Wednesday and then a doubleheader on Thursday because I believe, I could be wrong, I think when the Guardians broke the record, I believe it was during a doubleheader. I could be wrong. I don't know. Who cares? Who cares?
Okay, we'll count it. It's all good. 13-mile-an-hour winds blowing out to center for that finale. Perfect weather to start the series, but then, watch out for the rain. So again, MLB, cancel Tuesday, move it to Thursday at 1, 76 degrees. That is your weather look ahead, as always, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. You chew them with your mouth.
Fuck, man. I don't like all that.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, though, could they get like a sneaky, they only play 5 innings? We were just talking Suarez probably isn't going to pitch that long anyways. Could he get like one of those fake complete 5-inning complete
They
games?
don't do that anymore.
Yeah, is that gone?
It.
When did that stop? I hate that.
A few years ago.
I'm pissed that's not a thing anymore. I used to love those.
If the
sneaky
game's
wins.
official, they would just call it.
Mm-mm.
They resume.
They resume all games, even if the home team's up. That's dumb.
I hate it.
Got to play 9.
Mhm.
They have 9. We have 9. Play 9.
No.
A 9-on-9 match.
Yep.
That's dumb.
Classic 9-on-9.
So yeah, move to Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll talk to him. Prediction, Steve?
Love who we have starting per usual. I hope Wheelier stays hot. Get ready on Lansdowne. Wilson's going to hit another. Maybe 2. Maybe 3. Who knows? He's going to stay hot. Give me a sweep. Red Sox sweep, and they set the record for the most wins in a row by a Red Sox team in franchise history.
I think over the life of this streak, I think that's the first time one of you picked a sweep.
Potentially. I can't say for certain if that's true, but sure. Yeah. Okay.
Trying to think what I said. Didn't I say the Sox would sweep when we played the Sox? I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember.
Me neither.
I don't know.
Sounds about right, though.
Sounds like a thing I would say.
Mhm.
I got the Sox going 1 and 2.
I think that's what he said last time, so I think he's trying to keep it.
I'm the only one who registered one for this most recent series.
Huh?
I did. I think I said 2 and 1.
Did
I
you
replied
tweet it?
to Nikki.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You did, yeah. But I'm not replying anymore, so that doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had asked me, I would have said sweet.
1 and 2.
Tyler Milliken?
Yes. Thank you. Samuel Basayo going down does ring pretty loudly to me because it just feels like somebody kills the Red Sox every single time we play the Orioles at this point in time. Orioles are 21st against left-handed pitching in terms of OPS this season. If everything goes right, you're getting 3 lefties from the Red Sox. It's Tolle, it's Suarez, it's Jake Bennett. Give me the Red Sox sweep. I'd be a fool to go against them right now. We're riding heavy.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't failed me yet. So I think this is another sweep for the Red Sox. I think the next time that we meet, we're talking Sweet 16.
16, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Why not? Why not us?
Mm-hmm.
Why not this team?
Been saying it for 22 years.
Nothing else has made sense. Why not run the table? You know?
114. Mm-hmm.
104. It's the chase for 114 right now.
Yep.
What a show. Tyler, you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, I've been wanting to get into this. I thought Willson Contreras, that entire situation with Chandler Simpson was crazy. When Simpson ended up swinging the ball and Contreras was like 3 feet away from him, I thought he was going to get absolutely mauled in that moment. It takes such balls to just be that close to the plate, if I'm being 100% honest. I think they're playing me out here. I think this is the end. Thank you guys for coming to tonight's show.
They're playing.
No, beyond that, I do want to give a quick little shout out to Anthony Ianson, who continues to just excite.
Did he go 5 or 6?
5 innings in this one. Has not been working super deep in his outings overall so far this year, but to see him show up and get 19 whiffs like he did, it was 5 innings, just 1 hit, ended up striking out a total of 8, just 1 walk as well. Just good to see Ianson continue to be comfortable in Portland, and I don't know if we're going to see anything that resembles a promotion anytime soon, but there's been some interesting velocity ups and downs for him so far this year. So it's good just to see him continue to get more comfortable at AA as a whole. And Franklin Arias is still
great book,
destroying the entire level as well. So I would like to see that promotion sooner than later.
Yeah, me too. The McMahon, do you have a final thought?
No. No.
Just in case you didn't hear me the first time, fucking no.
Thought about it, still no, bud.
No.
My voice still has not recovered, so that first no did not come out strong.
No, but yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you podcast for 11 straight hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Steven, do you have a final thought?
Section10merch.com for the best merch on the planet. The Section 10 Tavern shirt. I say this a lot, but that's up there, man. That is one of the best that we have ever made. I miss Baseball Tavern every day, and so this just
shout out Corey, man.
Makes us feel at home there. I just got the sound in the ears that we only have a little left in the headphones. Tony Seagull's shirt is incredible too. I mean, bringing in the Sopranos there, that is awesome.
Yeah.
The teal Section 10 shirt is incredible. Really an all-time drop, and we'll be posting more on that on Monday. If you haven't seen it yet, the Venezuela benefit shirts are in the Section 10 shop. All profits go to the Red Sox Foundation's Venezuela earthquake relief efforts. Still have 1 park left in Sacramento. You know the deal. So let's get that for the Section 10 merch shop. Yeah, I mean, someone's going to get it in like a week. Someone already guaranteed that when the Sox are there, they're doing it. So I won't have to say this much longer, which is great.
We're not going to get shut out.
What's up?
We're not going to get shut out in the
No,
sack.
we're going to complete the map. We've had 29 out of 30 done for over a month. So maybe over 2 months at this point. Sign up for the Section 10 Patreon. Incredible bonus content. Really, you never know what you're going to get on there. Patreon.com/Section10 podcast. Jared, I speak for you in saying I'm going to miss that Shakira World Cup song. That was a great song. You know how it goes, right?
Shakira.
Yep. And she would, they'd play it right before every game. That was great. The World Cup final kind of sucked, right? You didn't love it?
I mean, it was, you didn't think that how it ended was how it was going to end, and the quality of play was ass. So I'm not going to honestly next year.
Totally just nailed that. R.I.P. Sam Neill. That is what I am rapping with. Sam Neill, Jurassic Park legend. Watched that movie recently, as I have 1,000 times in my life, and it is as good this time as it was the first time. He will be missed. He is One of my favorite actors of all time. So R.I.P. to Sam Neill.
R.I.P.
T.
Now he's.
May I take Coley's thought?
Huh? I guess.
Coley, blessing. I just thought this was an extremely cool tweet from Chris Hatfield. Martin Sheeler, 9th round pick. He did end up signing over the last couple of days, but ended up at $1.5 million, setting a record for the 9th round. The previous record was Clay Holmes at $1.2 million in 2011. But kind of, if you're talking about why you should be excited, one of the more cool names in the draft class. The coolest, in my opinion, Martin Sheeler. Thank you.
You're welcome. I've reached out to some of the draft picks about coming on the show and been getting some thumbs up.
That's big.
Yeah. I just don't know like when we would do it. Like the Sox are so hot right now, you can't really be like we take a break from talking about how hot the Sox are to talk to someone that's not going to play in the big leagues for a few years.
That is true. A shout out to Mikey because the third and final part of our aquarium vlog is coming out soon with Myrtle.
Oh, Myrtle
the
turtle.
The turtle coming out soon.
I feel like I had a final thought. I feel like I just like be saying shit on the show now.
Yeah, it's kind of the point.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't really have anything else to say. Yeah. All right. We'll be back on Wednesday night, Thursday morning for you guys.
Maybe Thursday night. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Weather permitting, I suppose. Yeah, patreon.com/section 10 podcast. And yeah, Clean 40. Clean 40's been cooking over there. Shout out to Mikey, the brains behind Clean 40. And yeah, lots of bonus content over there.
Get in that Discord.
Oh man, the Discord. We got AMAs over there from all the fellas. Everyone's in there answering all kinds of questions. You ask it, we answer it.
That's the rule. If you ask, we gotta answer.
In great detail.
We expand every time.
Yeah. You want to know something? Just ask. We'll answer the fuck out of that.
Especially in the AMA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be sure to subscribe because you do not want to miss any of that action.
I did see a lot of new subscribers over the weekend. I assume it's because the team's running well.
It's gotta be. I mean, we're talking
Team's
history
hot,
here.
dude.
It's gotta be the team.
Team's hot. Yeah.
Just like a pointed boost. Those emails start flying in.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not AMAs. They're AMAAs. It is ask me absolutely anything.
AMA.
Yeah.
And this is a fat fucking segment in there. You know what I mean?
Dude, I saw the deal that we were doing, and I beat the fuck out of my phone ordering that thing. I did. I was like, man, what a deal from the fellas. Couldn't subscribe faster. Patreon.com/section 10 podcast. And get in there.
That's the theme for the Patreon. Get in there.
Get in.
Get in while you can.
See you there.
Ask me absolutely fucking anything. AMAFA.
Like when I've done it, these questions are coming flying in, and it's like I want to get to all of them, so let me answer them quickly. Let me get short one-liners. Then I see fucking. I don't know if Nolan was paying some of our guys like write me an Odyssey, an epic tale that spans hundreds of characters. I said, "Wow, that must have taken quite some time."
Yeah. And you know what? Obviously the Patreon has been a massive success because I keep seeing like everyone's talking about it. Everyone's like, this Patreon's unbelievable. Who else is giving their fan base that? Nobody.
Nobody, dude.
So sign up today and ask us absolutely fucking anything. And we'll answer. We will answer.
You just gotta ask.
Yeah,
something you
ask.
may like. I know we're not part of the team, but you could ask something and it could get seen by the team. You just never know.
You just you gotta
close.
Hey, get in there. Get in there.
Get in there.
It starts with a simple fucking ask, man.
It's a two-step process. If you're listening, it's a two-step process. You got to get in there first. You got to get in there. And then ask fucking anything.
Anything at all. Anything. You fucking ask it, we fucking answer it. That's how it works. What a simple transaction.
If you're not in there, we don't know.
You literally can't ask it if you're not in there. Like,
how am I supposed to answer it if you don't fucking ask it? You know?
And if you're not in there.
Impossible. Impossible.
I haven't even seen the ask. I don't know that there was an ask for this one. This might have just been an anything.
Yeah, it could have been an anything. Yeah. Yeah. Jose, you loving this fucking Patreon in there?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Steve, what do you think?
Steve's headphones died again.
He's going to have to
ask. Perfect time. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Please subscribe on YouTube, where I think we're only a couple of hundred away from 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, so banging on that. We're fucking beating the shit out of that door.
Buenas noches, amigos.